What is up, Level Uppers? Welcome to the Level Up Show, episode 134. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori, and I'm joined today by the classic douchebag in a moment. He's on his way. I called him on Skype. He's not here yet, but he'll come here today. And we also have Dean, the Beast from the East, joining me.
It's me. I've come
in the co-host seat this week.
Feeling like I was born to sit here.
Whenever he's there, it's like, I have the power.
I like it.
Dean's got a haircut. Somebody noticed already.
I do have a haircut. That's true.
Let's put that a little larger so we can read it. Yeah, explain, Dean, what is the meaning behind this exquisite haircut?
It's hot as fuck out.
It is. It really is hot.
It's like 90-something degrees at all times of the day, no matter whether it's dark or light. And the temperature yesterday, in fact, was 94, and they're like, but it feels like 112. And I'm like, sure fucking does.
Yeah.
So I had enough. I cut it all off. Had enough. Had enough.
Looks glorious.
Thank you very much. It grows back really fast, and so I was like, fuck it. My hair is like really thick, and it comes back so fast. So I just went for it.
Look at this guy.
I'm feeling good about it.
Right. For the record,
holy crap, you're loud.
On Google Hangouts. I just want to put that out.
Oh man, why?
Yeah, we switched it because Greg's no longer joining us.
That would be good to know in advance.
Oh, you act like we planned this show.
We planned nothing. Welcome, Michael. How you doing, man? The classy douchebag is here.
The CDB.
Oh my god. How's it going, Mike? What's going on?
Not much. I'm winding down. I have to pull a Dean tomorrow. I have to be at work at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
I wish that was pulling at me. I show up at my store at 5 a.m.
All right. Well, when I normally get to work at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's a big difference.
Well, when you wake up at 4:30, I'll give you permission to start bitching when I'm around.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, it looks like you're really loud, so I'm going to turn down your mic. You don't have to do anything on your end. I'm just going to turn it down through Skype on our end here. All right, let's try you around. Try you around right there. Let's go with that. Hopefully that helps you guys in the room. Mike's a little loud, I know.
Sorry.
You loud son of a bitch. So if you guys don't know, Level Up Show is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We go through all the biggest gaming industry news. We do some interactive segments with you guys. If you like the show at any point, please make sure to hit that heart button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. We'll shout you out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live. We also have all of our other channels, of course. YouTube.com/The Level Up Network is one you should very much subscribe to because we do some exclusive YouTube shows such as Power Up.
Yeah, it's true.
That's our comic book superhero nerdiness show on Mondays. You guys doing an episode tomorrow?
I can't. It's not fixed. So.
Oh, your thing's not fixed yet.
There's a problem with my program. Our awesome partner, XSplit, that's not fucking working right now for me. And so...
Well, it could be the camera.
It's not.
No? You don't think so?
I know so. I sat on the support line for 2 hours with Logitech.
Why I have the exact same camera as you?
I don't know, man. I sat on the phone. I'm telling you, I went to my desk. I clicked wake. Normal. Everything normal. This setting, gone. Now my camera is giving me like 9 frames a second. It looks so janky. So I called Logitech support. I was on the phone with them for like 2 hours to conclude that it is nothing they can do because the setting itself is within XSplit. And then I was looking on XSplit support forums, and that setting is through XSplit. So it's on XSplit's end in some capacity.
Could it be a computer-related thing?
No.
No?
It's XSplit. 100%.
Because I feel like that's the one differentiating factor. We have the same XSplit, we have the same camera, we have different computers.
And that's not how computers work, though. It has nothing to do with it. No, because I use it all the time, like every other day. It works totally fine. This was it's something, I don't know, maybe one of the updates for XSplit came through and it fucked something up. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, maybe.
But I contacted them. They shot me one piece of advice that I was like, well, that doesn't exist, so I can't do that.
I'm assuming eventually they're going to schedule a remote assistance call with you. That's what they did for me before when I was having that Google Chrome problem. They did remote assistance and fixed it right up.
Last time we solved it through email. This time it's like I have to post like on a forum with them for some reason.
Yeah.
Before it was just through email. So they responded back to me once, but they're off weekends, so no power up tomorrow. There will be the anniversary stream that we did. I'm going to put that up as an archive tomorrow for anyone who missed that.
That's something. There you go.
Yeah, so there will be an episode. It just won't be the most current one with all the latest news and stuff. Hopefully this week that'll be all patched up. I think this week it's not a huge problem. I should be able to get it fixed.
Yeah.
As long as those people know what they're doing.
Otherwise, you can look forward to It Only Does PlayStation on our YouTube, as well as the Light Slip Show on our YouTube. Otherwise, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, check out our Patreon if you want to best support the network, patreon.com/levelupnetwork. We had some upgrades as far as our Patreon goes, not just on the page itself, but some of you guys have upgraded your patronage. An example, Muto Crystallis upgraded from $10 to $15 a month now.
What a guy.
If Muto, you're in the room, thank you so much. And everybody else who pledged, we had a few $1 pledges last week. All that is amazing. And a quick reminder, the prize wheel is active tonight, so anything worth $5 or more, you will get a spin of the wheel. That means a sub, a resub on Twitch, a pledge on Patreon of $5 or more, a repledge on Patreon, a tip of $5, or finally a cheer of 350 bits or more. Mm-hmm. Those will all get you a prize wheel spin.
You pledge it, we wedge it.
And we added some prizes to the wheel.
Ooh.
Dean's got his guitar over there, ready to go.
I have your guitar over there.
Yeah, it's my guitar, technically.
And it's real funny.
Yeah, it's old as
So
shit.
look forward to that.
How bad is that guitar?
Pretty bad.
Yes.
Pretty bad. The guitar itself isn't that bad.
Okay.
I can rip on it. It's the pickups are rusted
Yeah.
and the strings are rusted out.
Yeah.
And so it's going to sound real janky as fuck. However, I believe a change of the strings will significantly increase.
Would you be willing to change my strings out for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that's something you would be willing to do.
Strings are like $5, dude.
Okay.
I'll change them out.
Takes
no
like
problem.
5 minutes, not even.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
That's cool. We're already above 40 people in the room, actually close to 50, I think now. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show if you like what we're doing at any point. We're going to move on to the official non-gaming portion of the show. Get that out of the way. It's called The Level Up Show Has No Game, and it's 3 non-gaming topics at 2 minutes each. Are we ready?
Born ready.
Let's do it.
Let's go for it.
First up. So let's talk a little bit about the Olympics. Now, we all know Michael Phelps is freaking insane. Like, he's just a dominant force. He's the most decorated Olympian. But this kind of blew my mind when I read this. So, Michael Phelps has broken a 2,168-year-old record this week. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
No, I did not actually.
So the New York Times writes, the 200-meter individual medley field was chasing Michael Phelps, who powered past Leonidas of Rhodes. Leonidas won 12 individual events over 4 Olympics. At 36, 5 years older than Phelps, he won his last 3 golds in 152 BC in races of about 200 and 400 meters in a shield-carrying race. That sounds amazing. They should bring that back.
Yeah.
Phelps surpassed Leonidas, winning his 13th individual gold, and he won with 1 minute and 54 seconds in the IM. That was the last race I think he did by over a body length. I just thought that was insane. That not only did he break a 2,000-year-old record, it belonged to King Leonidas. Mm-hmm. Like, does it get any more badass than that?
It's pretty awesome.
Have you guys been watching the Olympics, or?
I've been watching the swimming. That's about it.
Really? Dude, I've been watching it as much as I can. Volleyball is my shit.
I don't have time. The only thing I have time for is swimming because that's what's been on. Like at nighttime when I get home and get in bed, that's what's on. The rest of the day, I'm not really home much.
Normally it's Food Network if I don't have the PlayStation on, but lately it's all been the Olympics. Here and at work too. When I get a chance.
I'll tell you though, that one girl, I think she's 18 years old. I think Ledecky maybe is her name.
She's
she
16,
might give Phelps a run for her money in the coming years. As far as just number of gold medals, I think in the 800 free or whatever it was, she was lapping other Olympians.
It's crazy.
That's insane. Like, she was seconds ahead, not even seconds, like probably like 20 seconds ahead. That's ridiculous to be that far ahead in the Olympics with your peers. So she's gonna be another one to watch, and she's an American as well. So
Yeah.
America.
America's great, man. I really like living here.
America's
Next up.
great.
Making a Murderer's Brendan Dassey.
This was cool.
His conviction
This is
has been
interesting.
overturned. So anybody who watched Making a Murderer, I'm sure you loved it because it's an amazing documentary on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, you should. But there was two things going on, two cases actually. One was against Stephen Avery, but the other one was against his nephew, who, at least to anybody watching the show, was like, this kid got screwed.
Yeah.
Like, he's clearly a
Royally
little
so.
special needs, and he didn't quite know what he was getting into. He confessed to things he shouldn't have because he was egged on by the investigators, but also, as I said, he's special needs. So it was really, really sad to watch everything that happened to this kid on the show. And he was sentenced to like 40-something years in prison. And then this documentary happened, and his conviction has now been overturned.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
No one else.
Yeah, I
is
like
cool?
that a lot because that was actually the one thing that bothered me more than anything else on that show was the tampering and the mishandling of that entire case, or that, at least that part of it. Whether or not
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
Avery is guilty or not, he was definitely taken advantage of, and it was just gross.
I remember like the first couple episodes, I was enjoying the show, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like
Episode
real hitting me.
4, I think.
Yeah, but it was like episode 3 or 4 when it really got into the Brendan Dassey stuff where I was
Yeah.
like, this is disgusting me.
Yeah.
And then I was hooked. I was like, I can't believe what happened in this case. And the further it goes on, the more you're like, is this real life? Like, there's no way this shit actually happened.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. That's like such a good
I
documentary.
never finished it.
Yeah.
I have like one.
really?
I have like one episode
Oh,
left.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you've kind of gotten the gist of it.
Yeah,
by that
I
point,
got
but-
through major parts of it. It's literally one episode left.
Yeah, you should
Right.
all check it out. That's just, and they're doing a second season too. So now
Yeah.
I imagine with this whole Brendan Dassey thing, they're going to follow that entire development in the case and see what
I'm
happens
very
with him.
skeptical of the whole thing. Like, I almost wonder, like, isn't it a little too quaint that this happens when they just start talking about a second season?
Yeah, I guess.
Kind of fucking
But you
weird,
gotta,
right?
It is
you gotta
a little
remember
bit,
who's
yeah.
bringing attention to it, and the people that are changing. Sorry, I'll stop.
Time's up, bitch. Next up,
Slade.
Hooks, The Lost Boys.
Uh-huh.
It
Saw
took
this too.
an anniversary. First of all, it was for Robin Williams.
Yeah.
His death was 2 years ago this week.
Sidebar, before you get into the meat of this,
Yeah,
I started reading, like, about the whole actual, like, night of the suicide and stuff.
yeah.
Really terrible, dark, sad stuff. Like, real bad, dude.
Yeah.
I never actually got into, like, the crux of what actually happened that night. Sucks.
It just
So
sucks.
bad.
I mean, just to lose a talent like that
He's
to
the best.
depression.
Yeah.
Especially that, considering just how funny the guy was and how great of an actor and just how much it seemed he did have to live for, his daughter being one of them, Zelda. That whole thing just, it blows your mind, and it's hard to understand to put yourself in that person's shoes. It's like, why were you unhappy? But it happens a
I
lot.
loved him. He was like
Yeah.
my guy when I was growing up, dude. I fucking loved him. And Jim Carrey were like idols. I love them so much.
How do you guys feel about Hook, though? Do you like the movie Hook?
I like Hook just because it's like a childhood staple between Eric and I. Eric, if the chat probably knows about this one, is like my best friend. Yeah, we always used to watch this and like laugh.
Yeah.
And it's just a goofy like thing from our childhoods. But
It's like the lowest rated Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like, there's something nostalgic about it. I remember when I was a little kid watching it, I was so scared of it.
yeah,
I thought the opening with, like...
it's kind of it's got some weird darkness to it.
Yeah,
almost.
there's something
Yeah.
weird about the opening when they're taken.
Yeah.
Like, it really creeps me out. Mm-hmm. What about you, Mike? You a fan of Hook?
Oh, I love it. It's like one of my favorite things. I just watched it recently with Danny, because it was on Netflix. I love it every single time I get a chance, so I put it on.
Yeah, the only thing it really won a lot of awards for was the visual effects. At the time,
Really?
the way it did Flight was
Let me ask you this
above
question.
anything else.
I know this is about to end, but
No, go ahead.
how has Professor McGonagall always looked the same?
She does look the same. You're right.
Right.
Decades. What the fuck is she taking, dude?
I don't know.
What is happening?
It's like Keanu Reeves.
But it's not that she looks young. She's just always looked old. Forever.
It's true. You're right.
It's
very true.
insane. It's really insane.
So that is the Level Up Show Has No Game. That's our non-gaming portion of the show. How you guys doing this week? What have you been playing gaming-wise? Mike, we'll start with you. What have you been playing this week?
I'm playing a shitload of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and it's really entertaining. And if I was gonna be on the show, I was gonna bring it up later on. But like, it's interesting to me how everybody ridiculously overhyped that game. Right? That's not uncommon knowledge at this point. Everybody put way more hype into the game than they need to, and I feel like that helped me undersell it. Like I was like, all right, everybody's really expecting this game to be really good, so this game is probably going to be just mediocre. And I went into it thinking that, and I was actually pleased by it. Like I'm still today, I'm not even lying. I spent about 7 hours playing that game.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I played for like 2.5 hours yesterday, and then I did I Am Setsuna today. But yeah, overall, I've probably put about 7 hours into the game or so. And I'm still enjoying it, but I'm with everybody else for the most part that it's fun, but there's something missing. Like it definitely starts to drag a little bit as time goes on. You're doing a lot of the same things over and over again. It's ambitious. It's amazing what they accomplish with the game, but I feel like if they did incorporate that multiplayer mechanic at launch, this would have reviewed so much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that you say that because it's. I mean, you've talked about before. It's definitely a polarizing game, but for someone like myself, and it looks like Miss Mel and I think Rick, and even Puss, like we actually are all really into it. But then you have the other people that are kind of like you that are like, it's not bad. I'm not hating it. But I'm not loving it anymore because it wore off after a little while. Like I don't expect you to put more than probably a total of 10, 15 hours into it. By that point, I feel like you'll be bored and you'll want to move on to something else. But for me, like I spent so much time, like, yeah, pretty much. I know I just spent so much time like mining and just like finding. Like I spent 4 hours on one planet.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's halfway towards Minecraft. Mm-hmm. And if it went all the way, if it was just Minecraft in space, I feel like this game would have been a monster hit.
Right.
Like everybody would have been getting together with their friends, traveling the universe, building colonies, wrecking other people's colonies, starting wars and shit. Like race wars. Maybe you could choose like the race you want to be in the game. You got the Viking, you got the
halfway
Gak.
there. It looks like
it's halfway there. Exactly.
It's a quarter measure to Minecraft in space, which was my turn off actually.
I feel like one of the things that I was talking about yesterday with some people is that it's never going to be done. Like this is one of those games that they could have delayed it another year, another 2 years, and still when they released it, it never would have been to what they wanted to be. So I feel like this is one of those things that's just going to keep evolving over and over again. Like I feel like we're going to see a lot of updates for this before we ever even get word of a sequel.
I mean, I don't think there will ever be a sequel to this game, to be honest.
Which is good. I mean, but then with it being a blockbuster seller, which it is.
Yeah, it is.
I can't imagine that they wouldn't want that.
I think they just do big updates. Maybe if they do a multiplayer update, maybe it's a $10 update. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think most people that are into No Man's Sky would buy it.
Yeah, probably. That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I think $10 would be reasonable for a multiplayer patch.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that they couldn't do something, like not even that. I'm honestly thinking do a yearly like $20, $30 upgrade. It's better than the $60 season pass for games and everything that we're already getting from everything else.
Yeah,
if you do that and you're going to give substantial updates and everything, then go for it.
It seems like the chat is pretty consistent on how they're feeling about it. Most people are enjoying it. It seems like the chat's enjoying it. They're just a lot of butts, stuff like that. Tobes right there says NMS is fun, but it's so easy to get lost in it and losing sight of objectives. Yeah, there's a lot of distractions. It's easy to stay on a planet longer than you really should. Yep. Like you just, for some reason, you feel isolated to a planet and it's your own fault. It's like you're just not leaving.
Yeah.
But you can leave at any point once you have that ship relay. You just gotta, you need a warp cell to hyperdrive to like another star system, but you can just jump back and forth between planets as much as you want.
I've not played the No Man's Sky, and I will not play it.
I don't think you would honestly enjoy it.
I was looking at everyone's streams and videos and things like that, and I made the right call for myself personally. I'm glad everyone's having fun, for sure. That's great. I'm glad it seems like largely it's pretty much delivering what they promised, which is a lot of different planets. It just seems like a lot of that's just like, sure, there's all these different planets, but you're doing the same 3 things on all of them, and things kind of look different. And like that's it. And I was like, all right, well,
there's not enough noticeable variables when it comes to the planet. There's tons of variables, don't get me wrong.
Right.
And that's why there's 18 quintillion planets. But the noticeable variables are pretty much what are the wildlife on the planet, what's the weather like, what's the terrain, what's the sky, what are the colors, what's the water. And like you probably have like 10 to 15 like big variables that you immediately notice, and everything else is just like minuscule. Like it doesn't really matter that much. So most planets look the same after like 5 hours of the game.
Yeah. I platinumed Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 today.
Congrats.
Oh, nice.
0.1% of players have done so.
Wow.
That's like one of the second ones I got like that. I was like, nice.
That
was my white whale from way back. Like, I always wanted to 100% of the game. I
Your
never
Moby
got
Dick?
around to it because of whatever multiplayer reasons. There's a couple of co-op ones and stuff, and I fucking got it. And that's really all I played. I played music. Listen to this shit. So I've been playing a lot of music, right? I cleaned up all my guitars.
I noticed, yeah.
I've been playing a ton of music all week. I sent my old buddies from the last band I was in a video of one of our old songs. I was just like jamming around, playing around, and they're like, hey, like a couple of us still get together and write. We rented out the storage space and we have all our gear. Then like we go and we play and write.
Awesome.
Which is like, would you want to come? And I was like, what? Fuck yeah! So I went. We all reunited and got the band back together, and it was fucking awesome.
That's awesome, man.
We were there for like 3 or 4 hours in like 98 degrees, just dying, but having like so much fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it seems like we're gonna be doing it like every other week or so. It sounded like so. That's what I've been technically
pretty awesome.
playing. It's a lot of music.
That's cool. Getting back into that, and
Yeah.
it's good timing considering we have the guitar
I
ready
know.
to go here. So hopefully you
I
land
was
us on that
telling
soon.
them, I was like, they were like, how often do you think we could do that? And I was like, every other week seems fine. This is like the last slither of space I have for any kind of hobby.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a lot, but
Yeah.
it's fun. Yeah, I had a really good weekend.
We've had one follow so far today already from, it looks like Davey. Thank you, Davey, for the follow. Keep them coming, guys. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show, and we'll shout you out. If there's no other games you guys want to mention, we can move on to our community question of the week, which is also focused on No Man's Sky.
No Manskis.
for
No Man's Skis. Go ahead. You're up, Dean.
Okay.
Do it to it. Laws.
Okay.
Rammerman, yes, I do play the triangle, and I play like a fucking professional. Community question of the week. This, of course, is when you find citizens, go and find us on PlayStation 4, on the Level Up Network, join our community. We're going to ask you guys a question. You're going to answer it. We're going to pick the responses, and then we're going to make fun of you a whole bunch. And so this week, we've asked you, No Man's Sky is here. Did you get the game, and what has been your experience with it so far? Is it living up to your expectations? And I would like to know. So we have a bevy of answers
Yes.
this week.
There was even
my.
more than this, too. I had to
Oh, my.
I had to leave some out because we had like 15 responses
You
to
guys are
this.
stepping up your game.
A lot of people playing No Man's Ski.
Here we go. Strap in, folks. Always on point 69 responded with, holy shit. Final Fantasy XV less than 50 days away. We'll get to that. No Man's Sky is an overhyped piece of trash that's lifeless and dull.
So there's two problems with this.
It's a couple of
Comment.
glaring issues here. Let's just start with number one. Nobody fucking asked you about Final Fantasy XV. Nobody asked you. We know when it is. We all have the internet. We all have it written down, probably, because most of us are pretty excited for it.
And
Some of
either
us
way,
have
you're
fucking
actually
pre-ordered.
incorrect considering the news this week.
And you're wrong.
Right?
So it's even worse. Jesus Christ. Just answer the question.
XV, says Mel.
No Man's Sky is an overhyped piece of trash that's lifeless and dull.
I get the vibe he's never played it.
Right,
Yeah,
so there's another glaring issue. The first question was, did you get the game? You didn't answer that. I'm going to say no, because you just threw out your trashy negativity without any kind of experience. So, yeah, thanks for nothing. We really appreciate you wasting all of our time.
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
The whole point of this segment, not entire point,
Right.
but one of the big points is that Dean is going to rip into you.
right.
Not only that, but you're a twat.
Yeah, normally...
I feel like we're taking this a step too far.
Why?
Because he's not a twat. He's one of our regular viewers, and he's a decent person.
Who is it? What's
Yeah,
his
but
name?
he's not on point. He's not
Always
at
on
all.
point is his name.
Always
never
on
on-
point is his name in our users?
Yes,
in our
and we just got
channel?
a tip. Thank you for the tip. I
you
can't
very
read what it
much.
says, though.
It's double digits, I know that much.
Okay, I need to get my phone after this segment so I can read these off. I forgot my
Yeah,
phone.
well, you need to fucking get your shit together for sure, but I'm not going to go
We
out
love
and
you,
play
always
swap.
on point.
I don't know that I
man.
love you. I'm not even sure that I like you,
74
but thanks for answering, I guess.
From Tobes.
Diclonius Game said, no, and not getting it. Not my kind of game. I appreciate this.
The honesty.
Right to the
bluntness.
point, you answered everything. Thank you. Nothing more to say, no further
How much is
questions.
that for Gryffindor?
Let's see. No Man's Sky, did you get the game? No, not getting it. What has been your experience with it so far? Is it living up to your expectations? Not my kind of game. You fucking nailed it. 150 points for Gryffindor.
There you go.
Yeah, nailed it. Way to go, Declonius. Sugar Plump, my girl, said, I can't get off of this game. I'm going to count that as you answering it.
Yes.
Plus, I know you play it because you're on my friends list. It's fudging gorgeous and stupidly addictive. 150 points for Hufflepuff.
Is it because she's a girl that she's in Hufflepuff?
No, it's because her name's Sugar Plum.
Okay.
And that's absolutely Hufflepuff, dude.
Yeah, that's a Hufflepuff name. I'll give it to you.
No shame in that, Mel. Hufflepuff, they're not as good as Gryffindor, let's get real, but they're pretty good.
Wait, Sugar Plump is Mel?
Yeah.
What? I didn't
Mel.
know that.
Yeah, Sugar Plum is Miss Mel.
That's
have
awesome.
no
I like
idea.
that name for you, Mel.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Okay, moving on.
Two great ones in a row. You guys fucking really crushed it. Skydiver 55. No Man's Sky has surpassed all my expectations. It's unbelievable how what seemingly is the biggest game only has like 6 gigs. It's unreal, magical, gigantic, gorgeous. Love it. 150 points for Ravenclaw. Very impressed with this segment right now. I gotta tell you, this could have gone a totally different other way. By the way, Always on Point started us off here, but pretty good. Oh my man, the Beast and Jay responded with dirty pandas running rampant everywhere. The planet is cold, hostile, and reeks of Fritos. Anyway, I didn't get the game. 3,000 points to
Slytherin.
Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
No way, dude.
You are a
No,
Slytherin.
that was
Listen to me.
Slytherin. That was a Slytherin.
If
thing
anyone
right there.
of the 3 of us is Gryffindor, it's me. You better believe it. Mike, throwing your shade with the mermaid shit last week. Slytherin, my friend. Don't you tell me. Don't you try and be my sorting hat, motherfucker. Moving on. The Lone Gunman responded with, got it on launch. Been playing 3 days now. Gotta say, there's a couple things.
Sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
I lost 50 points.
There's a couple things I don't like about it. But overall, I give it a 9 out of 10. Very creative, beautiful, and fun. 150 points.
What's Dustin on?
That's a tough
I
one.
feel like he's Ravenclaw.
I was going to say Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I
So
feel like
that
he's
must be the
Ravenclaw.
one. Sorting Hat has spoken. Muto Crystales responded with, oh, great answer, Dustin, by the way. I don't ever give out 150 points.
No.
This is a night.
He's not being a bitch tonight.
This is a night to remember. Muto Crystales responded with, I will be getting it. I'll wait until after Final Fantasy XV, as that will no doubt consume my soul for a good few weeks.
There's nothing wrong with this response. He
There's
couldn't answer all the
That's
questions.
true.
Because he hasn't played the game yet.
That's true, however, there will be some deductions made. Because the question was, did you get the game? Not, do you plan on it? Yes or no? Do you have it?
I feel like you're really
No, I'm
stretching
not.
it
This
here.
is as clear as day. Did you get the game? I will be. Will you? How the fuck do we know you will? You can just be saying that. You have it or not. Minus 10 points.
Oh my god, Muto. I'm sorry.
What's the rest of it? Final Fantasy
15.
XV,
That means 15.
as that will no doubt consume myself. Yeah, just what did I say? 20 or 10?
You said 10.
That's fine. 140 points
He's
to Hufflepuff.
sticking it.
140 points to Hufflepuff.
Okay.
I don't like to put people in Slytherin because nobody wants to be there.
That's not true.
And like, fuck them. Who wants to be there?
Who wants to be in Slytherin? Let us know in the chat. I'm sure somebody wants to be in Slytherin.
And if you do, you belong there, so good for you. Anyway, that concludes Community Question of the Week.
Oh, that was it? I thought there was more.
That's it. Yeah, that's all we had here.
Okay.
So look us up on your PS4. Join the Level Up Network. We will ask you guys a question every week, and we will pick some of our favorite answers and read them to you.
Muto is totally Hufflepuff, says Guitar Freak.
Thank you for playing.
It seems like people are not feeling fearful in submitting their comments, even though you're ripping them apart most of the time.
I think they kind of like... I think it's like when you get a bruise,
Yeah.
and it like rubs on something, and you're like, ah, but then you go and like you push it again, because it kind of fucking... You kind of like
Yeah,
it.
you-
know what I mean?
you kinda like the feeling of
I
pain
think that's
sometimes.
what's going on. That's
Yeah.
what we're getting into a little bit.
And Tobe says, Slytherin is not a bad house. It just has a lot of bad people.
that makes it bad.
It's kind of like guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah.
Slytherin doesn't kill people.
But here's my
Bad wizards kill people.
rebuttal to that. Take the gun away, and nobody's dying.
We're getting into some
You know what I'm
sketchy
saying?
territory right now.
You know what I'm saying?
We're getting into some dangerous territory.
Just remove it all together, and there's no chance. You know what I mean?
Miss Mel says, I'd be honored to be ripped apart by Dean.
I couldn't do it. First of all, you had a good answer. Second of
Yeah.
all, I love you.
And now I know you're Sugar Plump.
And now you know your show. I do it, but it's good for.
That's an
answering it.
amazing name.
It's a good name. It is a really fucking
Yeah.
good name. Yeah, it's a good name.
Congrats to you.
I'm a big fan.
All right. Let's go to the first commercial break of the night. We'll be back in approximately 60 seconds. Davey Digi.
Everyone who responded with Slytherin is exactly the people I expected to. That says
Wait,
a
before
lot.
we go, who are they?
Diclonius, Bobo Chet. I don't know you, but you.
Bobo Chet's awesome. He's one of our new viewers.
Oh, he's Slytherin. He's a son of a bitch.
Okay.
Who
Anybody
else?
else? Anybody else?
Somebody. Oh, Diclonius. Did I mention? There's
Yeah.
Scoozy.
Scoozy. Okay.
Slytherin for the win.
Now we know who to keep an eye on when they start asking about the Horcruxes. You know, if we ever hear these guys asking about Horcruxes,
We got a lot
Red flag
done.
goes up.
We've got a lot done tonight. What are we? 30 minutes in here?
yeah.
Big night already.
All right, we'll be back in 60 seconds. Hold on tight, Davey Digi. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 134. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, make sure to hit that heart button at twitch.tv/Level Up Show. We will shout you out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live. Thank you to JM7419 for the most recent follow. We really appreciate you. We have a wheel to spin.
Prize wheel.
Prize wheel! I can't hear Mike.
I was able to when you went upstairs.
Yeah, somebody was asking why he went muted, and I thought it was just a mess up. But yeah, Mike, we can't hear you right now. Check your mic.
Check your dick, man.
Check your deck.
Check your dick, dude.
He can hear us, I think. We just can't hear him.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Why you nod like that?
He's upset.
That's your upset nod?
That's his upset nod.
It's crazy.
Can we just do the entire episode like this? Mike, do you want to try and call back? Let's try it at least.
Look at that. Look at that crazy
I'll shut down the call. You call back.
He's like Charlie Chaplin of the Level Up Show, this guy.
Even he couldn't resist. He was so pissy. And then he just went into full-on laughter. All right, waiting for the call, Mike. Waiting for the call. There it is. Hey there, guy. Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Have we done something? What does it say at the bottom there?
That's all of our stuff.
When you switched scenes to the commercial scene, I could hear him fine. Yeah, he likes this. He likes what I'm saying here. When you went back, it was no good. So something on this scene is muting his audio.
Okay, so let's go back to the commercial. Mike, can you hear us and talk to us? No.
No. Something in between that transition went awry.
Something has happened. Yeah, unplug your mic, replug in your mic, mess
All right,
around.
what about now?
There it is.
There it is.
It was your mic.
That doesn't make sense though, because it was perfectly fine up until literally as soon as you came back downstairs, it went off.
I just have the power.
I don't know.
I
You
haven't.
did
I
it
literally
now.
haven't touched anything. I've been just
You're
sitting
doing
here.
it. We're in
All right, so as we were saying, it's time for a...
Prize wheel.
Prize wheel.
There you go. I wanted to get you in on it, Mike. You're
Thank
part
you.
of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Tobes, thank you so much for your $11.74 tip.
Yep. Correct.
Come on down and spin the wheel of animosity.
Good one.
It's a good one.
How can you even read
It'll
this?
pop up. It should be big enough for us to see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh. It is 1,000 or is that 500? 500 XP
500.
to the spinner.
500 XP to the spinner.
To the spinner.
Yo, spin a winner, chicken dinner.
That goes to Tobes. Thank you so
Tobes?
much for your tip, man. Really appreciate it. He's been tipping a lot lately.
Thank you, Tobes. We really appreciate
Yeah,
you.
it's been really.
He's a kind gentleman.
He's a great guy,
Yes.
that Tobes. Not said enough, in my opinion.
No, not ever enough. We love that guy.
That, for the record, I know. See, this is what happens with a lot of people who don't know me that well. Is then it gets to a point because I
Sounds
know
sarcastic.
they never know. Like, fuck, is he really like being
Yeah.
a dick or? But I meant that last thing. Tobes is a really nice guy.
All right, keep the follows coming as well, guys. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv. Follow us on all of our other channels. We're about to move on to the level update. This is our weekly discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news.
Are you ready?
I'm always ready. Thank you for asking.
I'm glad I could help.
It's important that you ask.
I think it is.
Otherwise, I'm not ready.
Right.
Head-to-head.
That makes sense.
You know?
Yeah, I do.
First up, Telltale supposedly is working on a Mr. Robot video game.
Now this, I also thought about watching.
I'm a big fan of Mr.
That's
Robot.
my next one.
Yeah, I'd like to get into it.
I hope you could get into that one. Here's
That
the thing.
seems more like my thing.
Here's the thing about
Yeah.
Lost. It was
Oh my
it was
God.
2004, I want to say.
Somebody find Pandora's box quick. Get this motherfucker back.
Times have changed a lot, though. Cable television has
Yeah.
changed a lot.
And I thought about that as I was watching it. I was like,
Yeah.
see, it might be
they
too
can't
late.
curse.
It
they
might
can't
be
do
too late
this.
for me.
Yeah, it's like
Because I've seen too much.
yeah, times they have changed when it comes
Seen
to
too
I've seen
the quality of television.
I've seen Punisher snipe dudes off a roof while Daredevil's throwing ninjas around.
I know.
That shit was not going down back then. So it might be ruined for me.
Spoiler alert: there are tons of ninjas in Lost. I'm just kidding.
You're a liar.
I'm lying. There are not a lot of ninjas in Lost. There might be one.
I'll watch it through the episode you told me.
I can't remember. But GameSpot writes, Telltale Games, developer of the episodic games based on The Walking Dead Fables and DC's Batman, is teasing a new project that ties into Mr. Robot, a TV series that is currently in its second season. It's about hacking and all that kind of stuff. The studio's Twitter and Facebook pages updated with short videos promoting a messaging app for E-Corp. In the series, E-Corp is portrayed as an evil multinational company that is drowning the American people in debt as a means to control them. F-Society, a group of hackers, is targeting E-Corp so it can erase the debt and free people. Telltale's Facebook page says, quote, the new eCorp messaging app for your iOS or Android mobile device will be available from August 17th, but there are no further details on what this app includes. It could be that Telltale has developed a small tie-in game of some sort instead of a larger multi-episode series we're used to seeing from the studio. It has advised people to follow eCorp messaging on Twitter for more details. So this isn't like a confirmed thing. It's just like this weird Twitter back and forth that's going on right now. That might just mean that the guys at Telltale are fans of Mr. Robot, or it could mean that they're working with them to make a game. Do you guys think it would be good? A good combination? What about you, Mike?
I think it would be interesting. I mean, I don't know a ton about Mr. Robot, but I do think it lends itself to personal dialogue choices and choices of morality and stuff like that.
Yeah, it certainly does. Yeah.
Pretty well, and it's weird because I feel like there's a lot of people that are gonna be against it. I already see someone. It's goddamn Batman said ugly, another useless Telltale like Game of Thrones and Michonne. And while Michonne was definitely useless, in what it was,
I
in
wouldn't
theory,
put
it was
Game of Thrones on the same scale as what Michonne was.
right. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Michonne could have been good, but it was just a poor game. I feel like it was rushed.
Wait.
But
Pause. Do we think Game of Thrones is better or worse than Michonne?
Easily better.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
easily
Game of
better.
Thrones was pretty good. It wasn't
Michonne
great.
was bad.
Was it
Straight
bad?
up bad, yeah. And that's like not... It was a spin-off. It wasn't like IP, like proper, like this is... You know what I mean? Like Batman, Walking Dead, it was like a side thing.
Yeah.
From the
And we already get enough Walking Dead.
Right.
The
They
biggest
keep doing
problem
all
I
these
have
little side
is-
stories and main seasons. It's like, all right, come on. Where's freaking Wolf Among Us season 2? Where's Tales from the
Seriously.
Borderlands
Right,
season
exactly.
2?
That's
Like, what's
my
going on?
problem
For
with it
real.
personally is that they're spending way too much time trying to develop new properties. Like, bitch, utilize the ones you have. You're not done telling the story with.
I know.
Like that frustrates me more than anything else.
Yeah, they take like what everyone says about like franchise fatigue, but like it's like they're trying to be wary of that, but like you're not even close. Like you've only put out one season of everything except for Walking Dead. It's like
Yeah.
Yep.
don't worry about it. Like you can give us a like dude, if they give you like 3 seasons per property and then like just tell your story in 3 seasons, then move on. 3
Is that
seasons
right?
is great.
Have they never done a second season of any of their other franchises?
Nope.
That's crazy.
Minecraft has some kind of new thing, but it's not like Minecraft like season 2. It's like Minecraft subtitle that just started like pretty recently. But yeah,
Davey Digi has a very important question.
what do you got?
Are there boobs and dragons in Telltale GOT? There's definitely dragons, and I think there was boobs.
There
right?
was boobs.
There was definitely boobs.
There were boobs.
Boobish.
I know it's because
Digiboobs.
it's my wallpaper now.
They were digiboobs.
There were digiboobs.
Digi boobs.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Personally, I think not to say anything bad about the show, but just in terms of the way Telltale has been escalating, I feel like Mr. Robot might be a step back. Just because like they're up, like I don't know, like they're working their way. Like they went from like, Wolf Among Us, which was great, one of my favorites still, but a lesser known comic book series, Fables, and then like Borderlands, which is a well known video game IP. Then they have The Walking Dead, which was huge, and then even bigger now. And then they're all the way up to like Batman. And it's like, I don't know, to feel like to go back, like, Mr. Robot, everyone likes Mr. Robot, but it's like, it's a USA show. Like, it just seems like, I don't know, it seems kind of like stepping back.
Here's the thing, though. You would think, since it's on USA, even though USA is cable, you think it wouldn't have, like, cursing or whatnot. It's more mature as far as cursing than any other show I've watched.
Yeah.
Like, in the first episode of the second season, they dropped the F-bomb, like, I want to say 3 or 4 times.
What time of day does it come on?
It's probably like 9 or 10 o'clock, something like that. But I was very surprised in the second season. Like, they're going all out. There's one part where, like, he blows one guy's head off and, like, the blood splatters against the wall. And it's like, it's pretty dark in the second season. I was very surprised.
Oh, and then even Game of Thrones, like, that's an HBO show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, yeah, that would be cool. It just seems like it's not... It also seems to me like it doesn't really fit the mold of what they're going for, which has been pretty much comics besides Minecraft and Game of Thrones and Borderlands.
I have some sound-related questions to ask real quick. Tobes said he was hearing an echo. Is anybody else hearing an echo? It might be because this week the mics might be a little too close together.
Yeah.
If people are hearing echo, maybe we'll just do one mic centered instead. And also let us know if there's any delay on the mics or whatnot. Is the audio early or late? I will fix that if anybody has a problem with that. Otherwise, there was other thing I wanted to mention real quick, and I forget what it was.
So, would you be
Go ahead, Mike.
okay with a lost Telltale game, but from the side of the community when it was being built up?
I would be very much okay with a lost game from Telltale. Let's start with that. I think that it would have to be a different story than the show did. And that's the thing is I feel like there's plenty of stories to tell in the Lost universe.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, put it in a town, and everything like that with the others and everything.
Yeah, I think that I honestly don't think it needs to be like in the others, or it doesn't even need to be like the Dharma Initiative or anything like that. It could just be they could travel back thousands of years in time when there was a lot of mystery about where the island originated and all that kind of stuff, and that would be cool. I mean, there's so many directions they could go.
Yeah, they could do it back with like what in the 50s with Gabriel, right? That was the
This
50s?
is blinking. I don't know what that means.
That means that one's muted.
Okay.
I muted that one and I put this one centered.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they
That's
said
a lot
there's a
better.
slight echo.
Yeah, it's because they're both facing the same direction and they're too close to each other.
Roger.
So that should be a little better, guys. Let us know if it's too low or too loud. I can adjust it. But yes, I would be very much okay with a Lost game. Anything Lost related, I would be 100%
Yeah, I think like back
down
in the
for.
50s with like Gabriel and his group and everything. I think.
Yeah. 100%. Mike, go ahead. You're up with the next story.
Oh yeah, I'm reading things. You cannot see other players in No Man's Sky. And this is an interesting topic because somebody else has claimed that they could see people, but I'm pretty sure that it's in the game's coding that you cannot. However, regardless, Eurogamer has written that 2 players in No Man's Sky managed to go to the exact same place in real time, but still weren't able to see each other. The incident began when Redditor Galactic Cactus, awesome, I love that, realized that they had landed on a planet discovered by a different player, Psychocat. The sad cactus sent Psychocat a message inciting the fellow explorer to meet up. 4-star systems worth of travel, and the 2 actually managed to make it to the exact same location. There was only one problem: they couldn't see each other. They said,
Bullshit.
quote, "We are 100% in
Fucking
the
game.
same station, same spot, and everything, and we could not see each other." Developer Hello Games has been inconsistent in its messaging about the incredibly unlikely event that 2 players could meet up in a universe of 18 quintillion planets. Back in October, Hello Games founder Sean Murray said that the Late Show with Steve Colbert, "You can't see yourself, so the only way to know what you look like is for somebody else to see you." When Colbert asked if you could run into other players, Murray responded, "Yes, but the chances of that are incredibly rare because of the size of what we're building." No Man's Sky's creator Sean Murray has hinted there's more players meeting in the game, although servers are currently too busy for this to show up. In a string of Twitter messages posted this week, Murray reacted to the meeting of 2 players in this game's first day release. Quote, "That has blown up my mind." He said, "We added a scan for other players in the galactic map to try to encourage this happening. We wanted it to happen, but the first day, we want people to be aware that they are in a shared universe. We added online features and some Easter eggs to create cool moments. We hope to see those happening, but too many of you are playing right now more than we could have predicted." So, I don't really know what the deal is.
Scoop Dog says he met someone in 14 hours, and Vantera said it's like Journey. It's not like Journey. It isn't that you could encounter somebody and you could in Journey as well, but you were very likely to encounter somebody in Journey. If you didn't, I'd be blown away. Like, that's kind of the entire point of the game, is you're supposed to find at least one partner to go through Journey with. No Man's Sky, on the other hand, you could play that for 40 hours and not see a single person.
I don't know why
Right,
everybody
my biggest-
wants to be meeting up. I'm like, great, get the fuck away from me. This is my game. I want to be alone.
I'm like you. You know how I'm like you when it comes to multiplayer?
Yeah.
This is one game where I'm like, this needed a multiplayer.
Really?
Yes.
And what would you want to do though, like in the multiplayer?
Just
After
party up
that?
and travel. And
Just
that's
travel
it.
together?
Yeah, just travel together.
Just be
Like
don't
I
waste your time
the
mining
whole time I was
resources
playing
that are
today,
good
like
for
I said, I
nothing
played
together?
7 hours, and I was in a party with 2 of my buddies that I do trash talk with, and we were just sitting there and talking. We were all 3 of us. We were playing, No Man's Sky together, doing our own thing, but just like chatting, and that would kind of be a cool thing to explore together.
Yeah, I think you could trade with your buddies. As I was saying, maybe you could build colonies. You can destroy other people's colonies. Like, maybe you create factions. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of opportunities for multiplayer functionality that I bet they're working on. I'd be very surprised if they're not working on something right now.
Right.
I mean, wouldn't
Yeah.
you, Mike? Don't you think they've got to be thinking this is the next step for this game?
Well, I think that was the intention. They have multiple updates planned. So I'm sure it's coming, and I'm sure it's actually going to be coming sooner rather than later. I honestly, this story bugged me from the get-go because there was something that just was extremely fishy to me about it. Especially because when I looked at the pictures, one person's screen was very bright and the other person's was dark. So to me, what that would indicate is that it is a different time of day that they were there or whatever, but I don't really see that actually being nearly as true as it is. If it is true, then what I'm assuming is that they were on different instances, which constantly happens in large scale games that require multiple players. So I don't really think it was as ridiculous as some people were blowing it up to be. There was a lot of backlash in No Man's Skygate right at the beginning, and I feel like people were trying to kind of jumping onto the bandwagon like bad little sheep.
Yeah.
So.
I think we had a poll for that question as well. Yeah, would multiplayer raise your interest in No Man's Sky? A, I'm already interested in No Man's Sky and don't need multiplayer. B, I'm already interested in No Man's Sky but would welcome the addition of multiplayer. C, I have no interest in No Man's Sky but the addition of multiplayer might change that. Or D, I have no interest in No Man's Sky and nothing will change that.
Now, here's the thing. You guys think multiplayer would add something to this game valuable, right? But they pitched this game as it was, where it was like the probability that you run into someone is like
Minuscule.
is like really astronomically small, and so everyone was on board with that. So now, like, maybe a couple of guys here, say like you guys, with like how many other people, like maybe everyone else bought this game on the premise that like that's not what it is. So they update this game, and then there's no option to turn multiplayer off. Now you have all these fucking people in your universe where like you were looking forward to exploring and naming shit by yourself and not running into other players.
Yeah.
It's a different game, I think, if you had multiplayer.
Oh, it 100% is. And they would have to turn off... Like, you're no longer trying to get to the center of the universe in that case, I don't think. Because the whole point is that you crash land on this planet, you've got to rebuild your ship. If they added a multiplayer functionality, it kind of destroys that feeling of,
So in
like,
my
building yourself
opinion-
up to the center of the universe.
This is no better to me if they just totally... They had their vision. And now to come out and hear that and have people change fundamentally what this is no different or no better than the way Xbox came out with Xbox One and was like, this is this, and everybody was like, no, make it this, and they were like, okay, and they just totally sacrificed their vision
Yeah.
and made it exactly that, and now it does poorly.
Right, yeah.
And who knows what the other one would have done.
Yeah, I mean, they stuck to their vision at least. I mean, they didn't change it pre-launch.
No, but if they do, it's not the same game. It's not the game you sold.
I think they need to create, like, a new mode just called, like, Free Roam.
Right.
And it's just, you can go wherever you want in the universe, but you can tag along with your buddies if you want. And it negates the original focus of the game. It's no longer about getting to the center of the galaxy and all that. It's just free roam with your buddies and do whatever you want. Maybe it's colonizing and like a whole different game within the game. You know, just like an entirely different mode for that focus, the multiplayer focus. And then you've got the people that want to do their isolated single player thing. They can do that, which is you. I mean, I guess, in this case.
I don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I know you don't.
But I don't know. Yeah, I think that's pretty risky to even attach a multiplayer. I don't know, unless it's really going to be like a totally separate thing, like if you're at the menu and you go into like this different thing altogether. Other than that, like It's just too different. It's not
Yeah.
the same game.
I get what you're saying. I see a few commands in the chat for NeoGAF. I want to give that a shout out real quick, and also NetGuys in the room who created our NeoGAF topic. But Rick became a member of NeoGAF finally,
Cool.
so he posted in that topic today, brought it back to life. And if anybody else in the room is a member of NeoGAF, please go over to that topic, posted in the chat multiple times throughout the show, and post there. We're trying to turn that into an active thread on NeoGAF, which is a great site for video game. Journalists go there, and you got developers from the video game industry on NeoGAF. It's a great centralized location for all that kind of information. It's where I get a lot of my information from, actually. Otherwise, it looks like we're above 80 people in the room.
Mm-hmm. That's accurate.
Maybe some of those people are from NeoGAF. Thank you so much to everybody who's joined us tonight. Keep hitting that heart button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. We'll shout you out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live. We had one wheel spin tonight from Tobes, who donated $5 or tipped $5 or more. And we have a lot of other ways to do a prize wheel as well, so keep that in mind. I see Mike is posting that in the chat as it goes on. All right, let's go to the final story in the segment. That's to you, Dean.
All right, I'll read that shit, man.
Do it, man.
PlayStation Gamescom lineup is very focused on PSVR.
Yeah.
Why does everyone hate me?
I gave this to you for
Why
this reason.
Does everybody want
Because
to
you're being
destroy my time? Huh? Because why?
Because you're being stubborn and you need to get with the times, old man.
I don't know what that kind of response that is, man. Like, it's just not what I want. I don't know why it's stubbornness. It's just not how I want to play games. Like, the same reason probably you and I don't go and buy 3D movie tickets. You don't fucking want it, so you don't see it that way. Same thing.
But I don't hate it to where I'm like, I will never.
I don't hate it either. I just don't fucking want it. Same deal. Same deal as 3D.
Here's the question. Mike and I were talking about this. If you were in Best Buy and there was zero line,
Yeah.
no
Right.
line at all, it's right there in front of you. The guy's like, hey, you want to try out PlayStation VR?
Yeah,
Would you
I'd
try
try-
it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like, it's not like the fucking, I'm not avoiding it like
Like the plague, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like,
I was getting the impression of. I'm like, man, he really is going out of his way to not want to experience this.
I
at
mean,
all.
no, you act like there's one sitting in my family room and I'm like, fuck that thing. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it, but I'm not like going out of my way to avoid it either. I just don't have an interest in it. It's not for me, man.
Either way, tell me about some of these games we're going to be seeing at Gamescom.
Games Radar writes, Gamescom's games coming. Wow.
Yeah, I thought you would like
Holy
that.
shit. Next week, and that means live demos for industry professionals and the public alike. Sony has revealed the full list of games it's packing up for the trip to, what is this? Cologne?
Cologne.
Clone. I hate you.
Cologne.
Cologne, Germany. You know, I was like, that is spelled like Cologne, but they wouldn't name a fucking place Cologne, would they?
Cologne.
They
No,
totally
of
did.
course, if they would name it Cologne, though.
Why not? It's German.
Cologne.
With an especially comprehensive selection of PlayStation VR titles for folks who want to give the headset a try before it comes out in Octubre, which is Spanish for October. Here are all of the games that will be playable at the conference.
Is that right?
That is actually
October? Okay, I'm just making sure.
That is accurate. PlayStation VR goes as follows: Batman Arkham VR, Battlezone, Bound VR, Eve Valkyrie, Farpoint, Hatsune Miku VR Future Live. That's all one game for those of you who are debating suicide. Headmaster, Here They Lie, Hustle Kings VR, The Playroom VR. The
Playroom VR.
Give my hands on that one.
We're going back to the Playroom, guys. No more XSplit.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Riggs Mechanized Combat League, Robinson The Journey, Until Dawn Rush of Blood, Super Stardust Ultra VR.
Nice.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Tumble VR, PlayStation VR Worlds, PS4. Not VR?
Oh,
Yeah, these are the ones in
these are
category,
these
in
are the
category.
PlayStation 4 games down
Yes.
Yes.
that are non-VR.
That are not VR.
I see. Okay. It was listed as number 18. I was like, wait, what the fuck? You just play PS4 and just look at it. Like, so these are the PS4 games, non-VR. GT Sport, Titanfall 2, Destiny: Rise of Iron, and here are all the PS4 games that will be on the show floor in non-playable form: Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, Mafia 3.
Why the heck is Horizon Zero Dawn not playable on
Not
show
only
floor?
sure. Not
What's
sure about
crazy to
that.
me too is Mafia 3 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare are both non-playable on the floor, even though they're coming out pretty fucking quickly. I don't understand why you wouldn't have a playable demo for any of these games.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 is playable.
Right.
That's
like,
pretty crazy.
What are you guys doing?
Here's my comments on VR.
Uh-oh.
This is just the most hilarious fucking thing to me, okay? Now, Mike might look at me like I'm this nuts guy being real stubborn, not playing VR. You maybe are like, why wouldn't you try VR? It's so funny because you motherfuckers aren't learning from your lessons. How many times, dude? How many times are we going to go through this? Like,
Motherfuckers.
3D, they tried to push the VR before. 3D gaming, 3D TV, motion controls. Everybody ate this shit up before it came out. I will be right here when this comes out and everyone's like, yeah, wasn't that cool? No good games came out. And then we're going to be fucking right here with our controllers.
Those are two entirely different things. It can be cool, but not have good games.
It could be.
That's the thing is, like, my big concern is that this is going to be awesome technology and the future of the industry, but there's not going to be enough games for it and it's going to die.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can tell you from putting the freaking headset on,
Sure.
if they make good games for this, it's going to sell and it's going to stay.
They're going to keep making games like this.
Like
It's
what?
Like, look at your hands. You're really there.
That's how it always
Wow,
starts.
man.
That's just how it starts.
It's gonna be the same shit, dude.
What's that quote from Batman v Superman? Where Alfred's talking to Bruce, like, that's how it starts. The
The fever or something like
fever.
that. Yeah.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's my thing. For those of you who want to know.
I blamed where it says,
it's,
you need to watch your reaction time for Batman VR.
Batman VR looked cool.
It did.
Yeah,
And it sounded cool.
But here's the thing. After that conference ended and, like, the excitement died down and we came back here the next week, I was like, in my right mindset, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna buy that. So, like, yeah, Batman, I mean, look at my reaction for anything that we title Batman on it. It's pretty much the fucking same.
Yeah.
It's Batman. It's not the VR. It's the Batman part. And I don't believe in that.
But still, at the same time, like, the idea of, like, putting on the
the
cowl.
idea of being Batman is awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that experience is awesome. But guess what? Like you said, the future of this technology, the proving ground for it is going to be games.
Yes.
And if they don't make, like, games, people are going to wear out in these fucking 1 hour, 2 hour little, like, tricks.
We got Resident Evil
pretty
7.
fast.
That's a pretty big one. Let's remember that.
Let's remember the last good Resident Evil game that came out, too.
It's true as well.
I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in it at all. I think it's going to fail,
Which Greg was here to say.
and I want nothing to do with it.
All right. Let's look at the poll results for how everybody's feeling about No Man's Sky.
Poll
Space results.
results.
That was weird how often that seemed to take. Okay, so we got 3 people saying, I'm already interested and don't need multiplayer. We had 7 people said, I'm already interested but would welcome the addition of multiplayer. We had 0 for no interest in No Man's Sky and that the multiplayer would change that. And we had 1 vote saying, I have no interest in No Man's Sky and nothing will change that. So one person's just like not at all interested in No Man's Sky. But the leading vote was that they're interested but would be even more interested with multiplayer. So that's the consensus. People want multiplayer in this game.
That's cool. I mean, you guys are playing it, so whatever you want. This is cool.
I don't see why it's an issue. I don't get it.
What was that, Mike?
I just don't get why it's an issue for anybody at all. Like, if you don't want to use the multiplayer, don't join in.
Yeah, if that's the option, like if you have an option to keep it off, I think it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
There's people floating around in your world though when you bought it for a single player game. That's kind of fucked.
Very unlikely.
Yeah.
I mean, are you saying that, like, if they add the multiplayer mode and everybody's forced into it?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
That's
I agree.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, they can't force
Yeah.
it on anybody. It needs to be an option, a mode,
Right,
or
and
something
it has
like
to
that.
be something where, I mean, probably the easiest way to do it is make it so that even if everybody is included in the multiplayer part of it, that you can interact with, like, some people choose to be, yes, you can interact with me, or no, you cannot interact with me. So, like, there would be no cross of that, but everybody can see somebody else in some way, I think.
Yeah, I agree. They would be so dumb. There's no way they would add multiplayer in and not allow you to turn it off or put yourself as invisible or something like that. There's just no way.
Right.
They're not dumb.
I like it a lot.
Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 134. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, make sure to follow the show. Hit that heart button at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. We'll shout you out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live. We are at 80-something people in the room, I think.
Yep, 86.
86 people in the room. I think you guys are sharing the show. And that's what you should be doing because, as I said, if we get to 100 people in the room, we're going to raffle off a PSN card or actually whatever you want. Whoever the winner is, if it's a PSN card or a Steam card or an Xbox One card, we will give you your choice.
Been about 80 most of the night.
Yeah, we have. We've had a very strong night here. So
thank you, guys.
Keep sharing the show, guys. Keep tipping if you want to get a wheel spin or pledging or subbing on Twitch or cheering. However you want to support the show, we'll give back through a wheel spin.
Next person who tips enough to get a wheel spin, I'll give you 1,000 XP.
Ooh, 1,000 XP.
From my personal stash.
Drew should wear the gold shirt for an entire show. I would be willing to put that on the prize wheel. But
That's pretty good.
it all depends on what you guys want from the
pretty
prize
good.
wheel. We're open to suggestions, of course.
Yeah, we are looking to ever change the prizes. Some
Yes.
of them.
Thank you for the follow from Skeever Assassin. Good name, man. All right, moving on to the final part of the level update. This is our weekly discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news, of course.
I like to talk about that.
I like to talk about it too. You know what I really like to talk about?
What?
This. Where is it? I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either.
Where is it? There it is. We were muted. I was. I'm sorry. It's still happening.
It was.
There's nothing stopping it now.
Nope.
I'll be ready! Oh, don't you fear! Forever and always, I'm always here! Yeah! Feels kind of awkward when it's just the two of us.
I liked it.
Even more awkward, actually.
I felt about the same.
Okay. Big delay here. Unfortunate delay.
Yeah.
It's actually not confirmed yet, but it's all but
This
confirmed.
is the best thing that ever happened to me.
The Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed. Story says, Gamenesia writes, it's been a long wait with multiple setbacks and engine changes along the way, but earlier this year Square Enix announced that Final Fantasy 15 is launching on September 30th. Unfortunately, it appears that a delay is on the way. A source within GameStop management has tipped us off that Square Enix has delayed the game until November 29th. Promotional materials with the new date have arrived to some GameStop stores with instructions that they are not to be put up until Sunday, August 14th, so an official announcement could be coming then. The same source that has revealed the information to Gamenesia has proven reliable on multiple occasions in the past. This includes leaking the release date and trade-in deals for the new Nintendo 3DS, as well as the release date for Star Wars Battlefront. So here's how I feel. Disappointed, obviously, because I got used to the idea that I was going to be playing Final Fantasy 15 next month. I've been waiting 9 to 10 years for this game.
Right.
But at the same time, I've been waiting 9 to 10 years.
Right.
Like, I can wait 2 more months.
Sure.
And if it means this is going to be a more polished product as a result, totally for it. Honestly, if they need to delay till next year to polish this up, do it.
I think that's unacceptable.
You think next year is unacceptable?
Totally unacceptable. They had a giant event
They did.
just to
they did.
release the date, dude.
You know what's really awkward about that? Remember originally when the date was revealed, it was like this rolling thing, and it goes to November 30th first, and it's like fake out, and then it rolls back to September. It's like, did they plan this? Like,
It's very strange.
it's very strange.
It is very strange.
No, say it isn't so, Drew. It's so. It's all but confirmed. Like, literally, there's GameStop promotional material already out there showing that they need to put stickers over the date and stuff like that. It's going to happen in the next day or two that this is announced. It's just, I don't know why it needs to be delayed, but a lot of people have been saying recently that the graphics don't really look polished. Like, the anti-aliasing is very subpar. Like, the technical aspect of it, like, what's there looks great. If they could just, like...
I thought the demo looked pretty good.
I agree the demo looked good, but, like, the trailers recently have been looking really jaggy. And I don't know what that's all about, but if it's as simple as them finding a good anti-aliasing in the next 2 months, or polishing up a little bit here and there, making the cutscenes look a little better, or the voice acting sync and all that, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
How much do you think they'll be able to fix, really, within, like,
I don't know. We've seen delays of 2 months
months?
before, and they've said it's for polish. What was the past? I think Uncharted might have happened for
Uncharted
that.
was one. Well, that was they never actually really clarified that.
Well, the first delay I heard was polish, and then the second delay was because they couldn't manufacture enough
Right.
for worldwide release or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the first delay was for polish. And I think Horizon Zero Dawn, they kind of said that it's going to be next year for polish and stuff like that. That's normally what it is. It's
Yeah.
normally that crunch time where they just need to add on those finishing coats.
I think a lot of people in the chat seem to agree. The big glaring issue, which is almost humiliating, is that they held an entire event.
Yes, it
Like
is.
that. It's one thing to delay it when it's right near the finish line, but to make a whole event, you get fucking like Greg Miller and Tim Geddes like making a whole big thing of this.
I know,
and
I
it's
know.
Like, maybe not. It's like, come on.
Scoozy brings up a good point, and this kind of bothers me. Like, I want to watch Kingsglaive, which was supposed to release with the game, and now,
Yeah.
like, what, am I going to be forced to buy the damn Blu-ray because I don't want to wait 2 months more?
I'll buy it
I want
for
to see that freaking movie.
I'll buy it for you with an apology letter.
Thank you, please. Now, there's actually a little bit more to this story that we want to talk about. In other Final Fantasy XV news, IGN writes, while the main game has the player exclusively controlling the lead character, Noctis, Final Fantasy XV's DLC pack will make each of his road-tripping buddies, Ignis, Gladiolus, and Prompto, playable for their own adventure. While the game season pass and those packs were announced last week, we hadn't had a confirmation of the nature of each until they were listed on the game's official website. And finally, a poll for you guys, since you guys are already talking about it in the chat. How has the delay affected your interest in Final Fantasy 15? A, delays are great. Will mean an even better game. B, I'm disappointed, but I'll still be buying Final Fantasy 15. C, I'm not sure if I want the game anymore since it puts it in conflict with other big releases. Or D, pre-order canceled.
Now, here's where I'm at.
Where you at?
I think this is fantastic.
Fantastic.
There's a lot of games coming. So many so that I've had to compile a document just to keep track. Okay?
Do it.
There's lots of things coming out here. We've got the BioShock collection, September 13th.
Oh shit, you're right, yeah.
Recore, which, hit or miss. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we got BioShock collection. That's 2 games there. Gears of War 4 is October 11th.
Wait. Isn't
Right.
BioShock Collection 3 games?
Is it? Are they doing they are doing the second one.
It's 1, 2, and Infinite.
Yeah, so 3 games.
I thought you were making a joke there.
I wasn't trying to, but that is
Okay.
funny. So 3 games. Recore, depending on your interest level. Gears of War 4, which is a pretty big game to come right after what would have been September 30th. It's like a week later, pretty
Right.
much. Rise of the Tomb Raider for PS4, also
Tomb
October
Raider.
11th. Battlefield 1, October 21st. Last Guardian, 25th.
Holy shit, when's The Last Guardian?
October 25th.
Wow.
Yep.
Holy shit, I can't wait for that.
Titanfall 2 is October 28th. Elder Scrolls 5 remasters the 28th. So that's just October.
Yeah.
Now, the other problem, it's not really so much a problem for me, but Call of Duty comes out November 4th. Watch Dogs 2 comes out November 15th.
Yeah, I won't be picking up pretty much any of those. The one I will be picking up is World of Final Fantasy, but I'm kind of glad. I feel like this gives me time to play World of Final Fantasy, and then right when I'm finishing that up, I'll probably be moving
Yeah.
on to 15. That's
Oh,
awesome.
South Park is like days after.
Yeah.
the
I'll be
new,
getting South Park, but I'll hold off on that until next year.
Mafia 3,
No.
somebody pointed out. I don't know. This is my personal list of things that I
Yeah.
am getting and have mild interest in. So, not everything on the list I'm getting, but
This is a good holiday for games.
yeah, I'm going to be playing the BioShock collection for sure. Gears of War 4, definitely. And now with this delay, I'll have time to play Tomb Raider, Last Guardian. The only thing is I might have to just skip that Elder Scrolls remaster or just hold off because that's too much of a time sink.
And you already played it, right?
Yeah, I played a ton of it. But it's exciting for that reason. So it clears out most of your fall.
Mm-hmm.
So where you can get all those games done if you're getting ready to hunker down. Another thing is, like, I am a little cautious, I feel like, now.
About 15?
Yeah, a little bit, man. Just because of the way everyone's been talking about it and the way it was demoing. Now, I personally think that was just I think the person playing it wasn't very good.
No.
And I think there was something wrong with that particular demo. TX Puck, yeah, South Park I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's December 6th. I said the week after.
Anybody
I'm
who
getting
played
that, though,
the
yeah.
full version of that demo said it was awesome.
Right.
Like the one where you actually face off against Titan and it works the way it's meant to work as
Right.
opposed to the way that guy demoed it. Everybody was like, that was really cool. It was a
Yeah.
really cool set piece moment. But I don't know what the hell happened on stage. That was a really
Yeah.
bad demonstration that actually turned me off.
Yeah.
And then thank God I looked at some, hands-on impressions later and everybody thought it was awesome.
There's it's just little things like that that are starting to add up for me. Whereas
Yeah.
someone who's not into Final Fantasy really, and like this was going to be my entry point, I'm like, oh, you guys are kind of scaring me away. You know what I mean?
I think this is the best possible Final Fantasy for you to start with. Though.
I think so.
No
too.
matter what.
I think so too. But it's like, I don't know, all these little hiccups and delays, and I'm like, each one, I'm like, oh, you guys are kind of making me want to get the fuck out of here and play
Yeah.
something else. I don't know. I hope it's good.
I mean, in the grand scheme, 2 months is super minimal in comparison to a lot of other delays. I mean, we've been seeing delays
Sure.
left and right this generation when it comes to games, and a lot of them a lot longer than 2 months.
Yeah.
Now,
That's true.
if we get to November 17th or whatever, and they're like, oh, sorry, guys, now it's 2017, then I'll be like, what the fuck
If that
are you
happens, I'll
doing?
probably straight up be like, never mind.
Yeah,
No
I know you
thanks.
will. And even I'll be concerned at that point.
That would be kind of weird.
Like, if they announced right now that it was 2017, I'd be like, all right. But if they, again, announce another delay after this, like, this is it. You can't do another delay. This is it.
if you do 2017, you're playing a real dangerous fucking game,
Yeah.
especially because Horizon is February, and then like I'm for real out. Like Horizon's gonna be my game in February.
Did you ever play The Bouncer?
No,
Okay. Evan Hare's making a joke, but I liked The Bouncer. Besides the fact that it was 3 hours long, I thought that was a pretty cool game. That was like the first Square Soft or Square Enix game on PS2,
well, okay.
even before Final Fantasy X.
And I've never played anything. The closest I've come to playing anything with Final Fantasy is, fucking like Cloud being in what was the
Super
game?
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that was it.
Fucking Cloud.
Yeah, that was it. I didn't even get it. I just played against someone who had him. I didn't have it myself, so yeah, I've never played anything Final Fantasy related at all.
We've hit 87 people in the room. 89 people in the
as
room.
far as my
11
number
more
is
people. If we get to the big 100, we will give out a $10 card of your choice. PSN, Xbox Live, Steam, your choice. So share the show, guys. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. Let's bring in these final 11 people. Dean, will you reveal the poll results? Let's
Sure
see how
will.
people feel about that Final Fantasy 15 delay.
Also, the next prize wheel spin, Tipper gets 1,000 XP from that.
Yes,
so.
that's true as well. So it looks like we had 9 votes. That's the big one for I'm disappointed, but I'll still be buying it. We had 3 votes for delays are greats, means a better game, and no votes for any of the other ones. So
That's good.
Yeah, so people are still interested. It's just a matter. Some people actually think it's good, and the rest think that disappointed, but I'll still be there.
I know Mel says she's done. She's out. She
Yeah,
don't-
right.
She don't have anything to do with this anymore.
We were talking about that earlier. How there's like people like pre-order canceled, petition to Square Enix.
That's a little crazy. Like
Give me a break. Get out of here.
Everything else I've seen, and what you've like guided me through, has like made me be like, this looks really cool.
Yeah.
And I never felt that way about Final Fantasy.
To those people saying pre-order canceled, whatever, bullshit. You will be there. I know you'll be there. You are lying.
Yeah. Yes, Evan and Hare, I do have a Vita. I'll probably not play a fighting. I don't really like fighting games. The only one I like really much is ones that have characters I like Marvel vs. Capcom and Injustice. But yeah, typically I'm not a fighting fan.
Moving on to the next story. I think you should take this one. It's Nintendo related, which you
Okay.
love. So
I do. I love them
love that Nintendo.
so much.
The big N.
Nintendo patent shows NX detachable controllers as non-electronic.
Do you hear about this? Get ready for some.
I heard rumbles of this. I was like half asleep when they were talking about this on
Yeah,
Colin
dude,
and
just
Greg.
wait. Just wait.
IGN's Alex Osborne writes, Nintendo has filed a patent application that supports prior rumors claiming NX will feature detachable controllers. The application, which was filed for the United States Patent and Trademark Office back in January and published today, is for a detachable controller add-on that can connect to the side of a portable gaming device. Instead of using electric signals, the controller add-on sends information to the system using infrared camera that reads the player's button presses.
So what I'm picturing in my head is that there's nothing in these controllers. They're just shells with buttons, and the camera is picking up that you're pressing the buttons through infrared. Is that what, like, am I reading this wrong?
I don't know.
If so, that is nuts.
I mean, this quote that I'm about to read kind of says that.
Like, I feel like you're really messing with fire there. Like, it's very important to have low latency when it comes to button presses. And
Is this a thing?
no, these are like mock-ups of people that tried to make up what they think the NX might look like. Things like this.
So awesome that they just like double down on the one part of the Wii U that everyone gave it shit for.
Yep.
They're like, what's that?
Tablet?
You guys don't like that? Or we'll make it again. Great. Great.
You want to take things on the go with
Here
you?
comes
The
number
tablet?
2.
Yeah, sure.
So, as noted by NeoCaf user Disorienter says, it's basically a plastic shell with the camera/software doing all the work, which removes the need for any electrical components, potentially lowering the cost of the device.
This sounds so risky to me.
Sounds like a real fucking nightmare.
First of all, we all remember the original 6-axis PS3 controller.
Mm-hmm.
That thing felt so freaking cheap because
It's
it
the
had
worst.
barely anything inside of it. It's going to have more inside of it than these controllers.
Mm-hmm.
These are literally going to be plastic shells.
That had Bluetooth.
Like, what?
Yeah.
This thing is going to feel so cheap. Unless they just throw rocks in there to make it heavier. like, what is this? I hope I'm reading this wrong. I don't
I've
know.
taken apart a couple of PS3 controllers. There's actually more in than you think.
In the what controllers?
In the DualShock 3,
The 6-axis or the DualShock?
the 6-axis.
I'm sure there's stuff in there. But don't you remember how light it felt?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, it felt like you could twist that thing and break it.
It's terrible.
It's really bad. As opposed to a PS4 controller where, like, I've tried. Like, I've had a few moments where I'm like, oh my god, I just want to flip out right now. And I've, like, tried to twist it and break it,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't happen. It's pretty strong.
I could break it.
Like, if I twisted...
Sometimes I've felt myself going, I should put this down.
Where you hear, like, the cracking?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost there. Let me take a step back
But I've
here.
taken those part quite a bit as well because I modded a couple of mine. I put like Xbox One sticks in a couple of them, things like that. And yeah, there's a lot of meat to those.
Evan Hare has a good point, though. Maybe that's the new
Exactly.
Rumble feature. Rocks.
Maybe,
Throw some rocks in there.
Maybe, yeah.
You
This is,
rock it around and
it's really starting to sound like a fucking nightmare, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like literally the worst possible console they could have made,
and watch it sell gangbusters.
and they're gonna try to use it to make a comeback with. Which is just fucking crazy.
Davey Digi says, Nintendo always takes risks. They're just not doing them where they work anymore.
I get the gist of
I get what you're trying to say. They're just not working for them.
No.
They're trying to innovate, but just they're not getting that lightning in a bottle moment.
They're so fucking confused, is what they are. They are trying to do the same shit they did from the 90s when taking these kinds of risks were beneficial to them because everyone was doing the same old, same old. Nintendo was that company that's starry-eyed.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo does new things. Everybody looked at Nintendo, what they're doing. They're trying
Shooting
new
for the
things.
moon.
But it's not that way anymore. People don't like that. People like reliable. People like power. People like high resolution.
Yep.
That's the way the industry went. You might not like it, but if you want to make money, you better fucking get on board.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago we were reading that it's not as powerful as the PS4. It's like between PS3 and PS4. And I'm thinking, like, isn't that what the Wii U is? Isn't the Wii U between PS3 and PS4? Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Like,
The Wii U has some beautiful games.
yeah.
There's just not a lot of them. They didn't make any fucking thing for it.
Almost nothing on there is 1080p. I think
No.
like Super Smash might be,
Maybe.
Mario Kart might be.
Mario Kart when you're in single player is 1080p, yeah.
Yeah, so they've got a few things here and there. I have a feeling this NX is not going to look visually any better than the Wii U for the most part.
No, they've straight up said, like, they're not doing it for us. Which is, like, the red flag
They're bringing back the casuals.
that I've always been waiting for them to just, like, be straight up with me and be like, isn't it for you?
Yeah, we don't care about you anymore.
I'm like, cool. Peace.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. They said their piece, and now I'm saying mine. Like,
as you've said before, Nintendo, we don't need you anymore.
we don't, dude. We
Take
need
the
your
rolled up
games.
paper and start swatting them and being like, we don't need you anymore. Go.
know.
Leave.
I know. That's how it feels, dude. They're spitting in our face, bringing back casuals and this and that. Like, what? How do you think casuals got you so popular? Where do you think they found out about you from?
Yeah.
Hardcore gamers who had these consoles.
And here's the thing.
who
Didn't
took
you
risks.
realize with the Wii that casual gamers are fickle bitches?
Right.
They don't stick
They don't
around.
give a fuck, dude.
They're just there for the fad, the
Right,
novelty, and then they're going
exactly.
to abandon you.
Yep.
We're who you want. We will stick with you, Nintendo. Just cater to us, and we'll love you forever.
It's too late. It's way too late. It's over. I will put whatever kind of fucked up reputation I've built for myself on the line that it is over between gamers like us and Nintendo. They will keep doing shit like this until they're either bankrupt or they're looked at like a Fisher-Price toy.
Or they go
on
third
the
party.
aisle. Or they go third party, yeah. But I think they're way too stubborn.
As Davey Digi says, Nintendo should go third party.
I absolutely think they should. I totally agree with you.
I've got nothing wrong with casuals, but they are fickle. They're very fickle. They abandoned Nintendo like 5 years into the Wii generation. They just left.
They didn't give a fuck, dude.
Because they were all grandmothers.
And it's not really their fault. They're their own audience and they'll pick up whatever. But like,
Yeah.
it's a big mistake to aim for them. You know what I mean? Like to try and bring them in is stupid. If they come and they like what you're doing, great. But they're not going to keep your studios open. They're going to not keep money coming into the bank account. That's the people who go out and spend money on games every week.
Yeah.
Which is not these fucking people.
Speaking of South Park, which we were talking about earlier, we got one final story for you guys. Kind of a little funny story to end this off. South Park: The Fractured But Whole introduces fart-smelling VR tech.
This is the high.
This is what's going to get you in.
For
This is what's going to get you in. IGN's Joe Scrabbles. I couldn't do it.
I respect
No,
it.
it wasn't
I respect
good.
the
It
attempt.
wasn't good. I'm sorry.
You tried.
Virtual reality may be filling our eyes and ears right now, but Ubisoft has taken things a step further by creating a nosulous rift. Oh my God, Joe. Really? Joe. Nosulous rift. Oh my God. A mask that pipes the smell of farts into your nose as you create them in South Park: The Fractured But Whole. Yes. This actual, genuine, no-fooling, real bit of tech will be traveling to Cologne in time for Gamescom, where at least one person from the IGN team will be forced to use it. I really hope it's not me. Whoever gets the honor, they'll likely end up smelling more than they bargained for. As producer Jason Schroeder puts it, quote, "One of your special abilities as Hero, the new kid, is the power of your ass." That's born out of our E3 preview of The Fractured But Whole, which included, quote, "more fart sound effects than 20 minutes than I've ever heard in any other video game." Well, that makes sense. How many games really focus on farts?
Not many, Andrew. Not a whole lot.
More should, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
This game looks so much fun. It really does. This was one of the highlights of the Ubisoft conference, which was pretty low.
In retrospect, that conference is probably my favorite one.
It had a lot of funny
Just
moments.
because of the amazing.
You know what I
fucking
love
time we had.
about that conference and the people that comment on it on our YouTube? Do you notice how many people like get on us and downvote it? But all of them can't deny how funny the puddle segment was. There's several comments that are like, "This is terrible. You guys were joking the entire time." But I'll give it to you. The puddle thing was really funny. For the puddle. That was funny.
I didn't even look at those comments. I didn't realize people were
There's
so
some
down on it
funny
like that.
comments on that Ubisoft. A lot of people disliked our reaction to that conference.
That's so
They
funny.
thought we were too jokey.
I
But-
mean, what was there to take seriously?
We were delirious by that point. And by the time freaking Reading Rainbow guy came out there and was then dismissed, it was just...
Yeah, that
It
was
fell
fucking
apart
awesome.
at that point. I couldn't even take anything seriously after that. You are dismissed.
They're just probably diehard Ubisoft.
I like the Watch Dogs 2 part of it. And
Yeah, that was interesting.
but the end on the snowboarding thing, whew, man.
So bad.
That was really bad. I can't even remember the name of that game anymore.
I could have had more fun during that segment dropping dead. That was so fucking boring, dude.
Wow.
It was so boring.
Might be an overstatement. But
I don't know, dude.
I'll take it.
I've never died. It might be cool. We got a really nice comment way earlier that Megan just reminded me of. I meant to make note of it, but
Read it off.
Something to the effect. I don't know the exact verbiage at this point, but it was something to the effect. It was from Bobachet. I actually found it. Never mind. Bobachet said, "You guys rock. The Level Up show reminds me a lot like what G4 used to be with X-Play and Attack of the Show. Keep up the great work, gents." So thank you, Megan, for reminding me of that comment. And
Yeah.
thank you, Bobachet, for saying that. That's
Yeah,
really,
Megan
really
was the
nice.
one who brought Boba Chat and several others in. We got like 7 follows that night from Megan bringing in her
awesome.
clan.
Thank you, Megan.
And
thank
Boba
you,
Chat
Bobachet.
has been checking out a few of my game streams, but I think this is your first gaming talk show from us, Boba Chat. So I'm glad that you're enjoying it. We're here every week, man.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for following us and subbing to us. Even.
And thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, and the kind
We're at
words. all that.
90 people right now.
Oof, man, we're so close. Ooh, 10 more people, and we will give out a PSN card, Xbox Live card, Steam card, whatever you choose. We'll raffle it off to our viewers if we get to 100 people in the room. Also, a reminder that we do the wheel spins, of course. So if you guys do anything worth $5 or more, we will be doing a wheel spin for you. And Dean will be giving you 1,000 XP if you are the next person to do that.
I'll do it.
We still have a $10 PSN card on the wheel as well that hasn't been picked up so far tonight.
I'll give you 5,000 XP.
Jesus.
Test me.
5,000 XP to the next person who does $5 or more.
Yep.
Pledge on Patreon, repledge on Patreon, sub on Twitch, resub on Twitch, tip or cheer. Whatever's worth $5 or more.
Thank you, Davey DG? Is that
Yeah,
your name?
Davey Digi.
Thank you very much for the nice words. Thank you, everybody.
We love everybody in the room right now. You guys are amazing.
Very
We're
sweet.
going to move on to our second community-focused segment of the show. It's called
On the Pots.
On the Pots, also known as On the Spot. You guys can submit your hard-hitting questions every week with hashtag On the Spot on our Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL, and we will do our very best to answer. This week's question is, Dear the Level Up Show, should there be an annual Ultimate Gaming Championship? What would be the format and what would be the games played? I feel like this is inspired by the Olympics right now.
Sure.
And I kind of thought about it. You have a Rocket League championship. We've got, a Call of Duty one. We've got all these. How cool would it be if there was the Olympics of gaming, every 2 to 4 years, and it's
That would
just
be awesome.
all these games and all it goes on for 2 weeks and all these championships. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think that would be super cool.
I have a question for you. Would you want to, if you could be a part of that, would you want to be a player or a host?
I would definitely want to be a host.
You want to be a commenter?
The only game I would have any chance at competing in is not Rocket League, Mod Nation Racers.
Really?
That's
Come
the
on.
only game I'm competitive
You gotta
in.
be good at some games out there, man.
Resogun, maybe? That's the only other one where I was top 10 in the world at one point.
In the core Resogun mode?
In Demolition.
That's not the same.
Come on, don't take this away from me.
I'm not saying you're not good at it, dude. I'm saying the game Resogun.
So you're saying there wouldn't be a Demolition mode at the Ultimate Gaming Championship?
I would think. I mean, the game came out with just the game, it was just Resogun. You were either good at that or you got nothing. They added that shit on
Well,
way
the
down
question
line.
is, what would we want to be there? I want Resogun Demolition mode to be there and Mod Nation Racers because
fair
those are the
enough.
only games I could compete in. Otherwise, I want to be a host. I want to be that guy who's like, oh my god, he picked up the thing, and then go to the
you want to be Chinese.
No, that's what happens. These freaking announcers, they just go nuts. They have an aneurysm live.
I would want Resogun regular mode to be there.
Okay.
I was fucking.
You were good at that.
Slayed at Resogun, dude. I would like that. I would like Tetris, Super Smash Brothers. What else? Marvel vs. Capcom would be really cool.
Are you that good that you can compete in these games?
No, I just think they're interesting to watch.
Okay.
Especially Marvel. Oh, thank you very much.
That was from Diclonius, who will be getting a wheel spin because he did a tip of $5
All
or
right,
more, and
there
he
we
also
go.
gets 5,000 XP.
Diclonius Games. Do you have to put the @ symbol?
No, I don't think you do.
Someone tell me how to do this.
I think we got another one too, didn't we?
I don't know.
I think Jose was first. Okay, no, it was just Jose. I thought there might have been a second one coming in there. We got a follow. It was from, oh my god, it's the Wixter.
Someone tell me how to give a XP. I didn't do it right.
I mean, I could do it for you if you want me to. From me.
I don't. If you want to go ahead, I was gonna give him.
Or I could just
what I
add
have.
it from the bank. It doesn't have to be from any of us.
The bank, damn, bank's
bank
getting
of the Level Up
involved.
Show.
The bank's getting involved.
Alright, so that was Diclonius, who gets 5,000 XP to start. And then he also gets a wheel spin. Mm-hmm. That's big.
Yeah, I'm not good enough to compete at all of them. I'm good at. I'm good enough. I really think I'm good enough at Resogun to compete.
Yeah.
I was top 10 in the world
Here's the thing. If I could...
for a while.
If I had the time to really practice, I feel like I would be top 10 as well in Resogun. That's my kind of game. Something just clicked for me with Resogun.
I feel some kind of a challenge coming on.
I
here.
feel like we would be the Lochte and Phelps of Resogun.
I think we need to find out.
Yes, I think we do. I know, I'll give it to you. You were better at the main mode. You were.
You were far better at Demolition mode.
I was far better at
I was
Demolition.
trash
yeah.
at Demolition.
I was number 7 in the world on Demolition for a
Resogun,
long
dude.
time.
From the launch night of PS4 to the morning, I platinumed Resogun.
Wow.
Yeah, I fucking love Resogun.
Did I platinum that game? I didn't because I never had the co-op one. Oh shit!
Thank you for the sub.
Another new sub. That was Aussie Geek Show, who's also going to get a wheel spin. But first, Diclonius Game, come on down and spin the Wheel of Majesty. Majesty?
Well, sure. Why
Yeah,
not?
why not? Say what we got. What we got? Wheel spin. Wheel spin. Wheel spin.
It is exciting. Isn't it?
It's always good. What's that say?
I don't know.
What's it say? Chubby Bunny Challenge. And
we
guess
have
what? I got it. Marshmallows are
All
here.
right, let's do it, man.
All right. So, what do you want me to? Well, first of all, who's taking this? I think Diclonius Games has to decide.
Okay.
Who is taking the Chubby Bunny Challenge, and what are we reading off? You know, maybe we're doing a dramatic reading of something with marshmallows in our mouth. It's your choice, Diclonius.
We should have some kind of a bag to like spit in.
I don't think we're going to do that many marshmallows. It's not going to be like Extra Life where we were stuffing as many as possible.
I mean, that's
I'm
the
gonna
challenge,
say-
dude.
Oh my god, they just keep coming.
This is what we asked for.
This is what we asked for. Does that say $5? I think it does.
I believe so.
It might
yes.
say 4. I feel like she's messing with us. Girl at games. All right, while we are waiting for Diclonius to give his
$6.
$6
from Megan. Thank you so much, Megan.
his command, we're going to move on to Aussie Geek Show, who subbed and therefore gets a wheel spin. Aussie Geek Show, come on down and spin the wheel of tragedy. I saw that recommended in the chat.
Big Gamer said, "Gone home at the Game Olympics and me as the host."
That
That's-
would be a disaster.
That's quality
of
television.
epic proportions.
I like the idea of this.
Have them recite Dwight Schrute's speech for winning regional sales. That is a good one.
Pretty good.
So we've got 100 XP to the entire room,
Nice.
courtesy of Aussie Geek Show. Let me do that right now before we move on.
Andrew takes it, says Diclonius.
Son of a bitch.
See, I think it should be as many marshmallows as you can. That's the challenge.
Okay. And we had one more. Oh, it was Megan.
Megan, $6.
One more for
that's
Megan.
the
Come on
house.
down and spin the wheel, and Guitar Freak does it too.
All right, on the spot is now the wheel spin time.
Wait, so Megan, come on down and spin the wheel of serendipity.
Pretty good. You're pretty good. You're getting them in there, dude.
Yeah,
Switching it
I'm
up.
switching it up. Drew has the Chubby Bunny while quoting Lost. Okay,
Pretty good.
I can do that.
Pretty good.
I got a lot of quotes I can do from Lost. All right. How many am I stuffing in here?
As many as you can.
All
man.
right. This is dangerous. If you talk, you can't.
You make the fucking wheel.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You know, you should think about that.
I'm getting wet. I'm gonna choke.
That's why you should have a bag. Like I told you.
No gag. No gag, guys.
Just do one more and then find a quote. But if they get wet, you gotta add another one because then they're gonna get too
Let's
soft.
do one more. Let's do one more.
Don't laugh.
Let's do one
Don't laugh. You're gonna
more.
swallow it.
No, I can't swallow it.
I'm not training the Heimlich maneuver. I just want to let you know that ahead of time.
Okay. The thing is something. There's one. See another light, brother.
Solid another jigsaw puzzle.
See another light, brother.
Give me my other puzzle, brother.
See another life, brother.
Give me my other life, brother.
Close. See you in another life, brother.
Feel it with my other wife, mother.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
Don't tell me what I can't do. Marshmallows are getting soft. It's starting to get clearer now. I didn't get that. I need that last part.
Phil. Okay.
You get it. It was pretty good. You did. I think people enjoyed it. Don't do a Chewbacca impression. That will go right down your throat.
No, I'm not. You guys gotta see you in another life, brother.
You guys are trying to...
Which is a
murder him.
Desmond Hume quote. And the first one was, "Don't tell me what I can't do." Quoted by John Locke.
Got it.
All right.
Pretty good.
Wait, did we do Megan's yet? No,
No.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Oh,
right.
Guitar Freak has one too.
Yep, that was it. I knew there was one.
Okay. Hold on, let me stop him. I'm almost done.
You need a drink? You alright? You got something?
It's down for the most part.
Cool.
I didn't say I love you, Freckles. But I don't think Sawyer ever says I love you, Freckles. I don't think he ever says I love you to her.
There's a woman's name, Freckles?
That's his nickname for a certain girl.
Oh, God.
He has a nickname for everybody. All right. Guitar Freak, come on down and spin the wheel of disaster.
Juiciness.
All right, whatever. Disaster. What was it? Juiciness?
Yeah.
Juiciness.
Aussie Geek Show. Mike was here for a little. He had to leave early.
He has work tomorrow, early.
Greg is a slacker, so he's never here.
He's out with his buddies.
That's it.
Pterodactyl Andrew. All
Hit
right.
it. Putting you to work.
I'm getting hit hard today.
No, I don't know the Heimlich maneuver. I was being serious about that. I really don't.
Getting hit hard.
I would have just tried my best to say them if I had to.
This one is for you, Guitar Freak. I'm going to put a lot... Wait, let me switch scenes so you can see me better. My gold shirt.
Okay, no one's gonna miss you.
There we go.
Nobody can miss you in that thing.
Pterodactyl.
He's like a rat. He's like Smeagol trying to fly. Why? Did you ever tell me why that's a pterodactyl?
I don't know.
Why is that a pterodactyl?
It's a good question. Why is anything anything, really?
That's a better question.
Why is a cat a cat?
I mean, because it's a little cat. That's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Who knows why these things are the way they are?
But what made you think if you saw a pterodactyl, that is what it would sound like and do? Like, is there something...
Once again, really the only thing we have to go off of is Jurassic Park.
True.
like a freaking raptor might have been like, quack!
Yep, that's also
Quack!
true. That's 100%
Quack!
true. You would never know.
But, you know, in the movie, it grins like a bobcat. Howling at the moon. Can you feel the colors of the wind? Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Any other tips, guys? Thank you so much to the support. We got like $20 in tips there and a sub from Aussie Geek Show.
I
And
really enjoy when we spin that wheel.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a good time.
Once again, I mean, we just knocked like 4 prizes off the wheels. The more that happens, the more likely you are to get a PSN card off the wheel. Because as we were saying, each prize that's landed on gets removed and therefore raises the opportunity and percentage chance of each of the other prizes. There's still a lot more on there. You still have the guitar with Dean, potentially. You've got some other funny ones. I can't remember what else is on there. All right.
People keep asking me. I really don't know CPR. That wasn't a joke.
I felt okay.
You might see a
one more.
guy
Like, I was
there.
going to stuff one more in there, and I was like, no, this is too much. This
Yeah.
is dangerous now.
You gotta know your limits.
Like, I know my limits.
Yeah.
All right, thank you to Miklo for following. We're actually done with the crux of the show here, and we still have... What time is it?
12:22.
Oh, wow, we're almost done. Never mind. So we got like 10 minutes left here to just chat with you guys.
Yeah.
Free for all, open discussion. So go ahead and ask questions. We were doing a lot of Patreon talk over the last couple of weeks. We're still open to Patreon suggestions. We're open to suggestions for the wheel. If you guys want to suggest new prizes to add onto there, we would love to make that more and more fun for you guys. So we can reward your tips and your pledges and your subs and all that good stuff. And cheers too. Cheers are another thing that you can do now.
Yeah, I know how to swim. Why would I know how to swim?
I was a swimmer, actually.
I know
All
that.
my life, pretty much. 7 was when I started, and I went all through high school. I was on a varsity swimming team. I won the Tri-County Championship, actually. Got the gold medal.
Why would me not knowing CPR automatically mean I don't know how to swim?
Maybe he's thinking, I don't know. I guess he's putting you with like a lifeguard. If you're a lifeguard, you have to learn CPR, but that doesn't mean you can't swim.
I'm not a lifeguard. I can swim.
Diclonius, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate
But I
it.
can't do CPR.
He said, glad I could tip. You guys deserve it.
Thank you very much, man. We really do appreciate it.
Question from Aussie Geek Show. He says, how are you keeping track of all your notifications on your phone? Are you using an app? Well, some of them go to my phone, like follows and tips. Patreon pledges go to my phone. And then some of them just go to our Twitch alerts app, which we have on the screen here. So some of that just goes there.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we can keep track of most things. The one thing I can't keep track of are Patreon repledges, unless I see it happen on the stream, which we did activate. We have XSplit alerts now for Patreon repledges, but that doesn't go to my phone. So I've said before, we're kind of just going to give you the benefit of the doubt. If like you guys are saying in the chat, oh, this guy repledged on Patreon and you missed it, we're going to be like, all right, benefit of the doubt, you're probably right. If everybody's saying that in the chat, we'll take your word for it, and we'll do a wheel spin for that person.
Unless you're a bunch of liars, and if we find out, then you're in real fucking
Yeah, and then it's
trouble.
gone. Then we won't do Patreon repledges anymore.
Real trouble.
Drew and Dean, am I the only one who would like a big poster with the TLUS logo and a pic of the entire cast? Kind of like something. I can't... What was that? Rest of that sentence.
Kind of like the gyrating one we see during the breaks.
Uh,
You're the first person who's asked.
yeah, you are the first person who's asked.
But if that is something that was in demand at some point, I'm sure we could
Incorporate it into our Patreon?
figure something out.
I don't know.
Figure,
Maybe you get a free poster at a certain point?
we figure something out.
Yeah.
Or even put it on the store or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if we could do that.
That's the first time we've been asked, but
Yeah. I got a question from Bobo Chet, who says, what is your least favorite game of all time?
least favorite game of all time.
That's tough. I'm not that kind of guy
Yeah.
that like hates on games, and honestly I'm pretty picky on the games that I play, and I look at reviews. Like, you know, I've never gotten to that point where I played a real dud of a game.
I played some really shitty games. A lot of
Yeah.
those older superhero ones are pretty bad.
You know what? Never mind. Trophy War. I played some shit.
Yeah.
What was the one? It was like a third-person shooter. We played it on PlayStation Now. It was one word.
Yeah.
You had like 3 elements you could choose from. That game was shit.
You guys played it.
It was awful.
I didn't play it.
Worst game I've ever played.
You and Mike played
Worse
it.
Superman 64. Worse than E.T.
Superman
worse than all of
64
them.
is definitely on that list for me. The Thor movie game is definitely on that list for me. That game is straight broken. What else?
Diclonius is asking as well while we're thinking about that. Should Google Hangouts exclusive stream be a $5 or $10? We were asking you guys that on Twitter, and we would love to know what you think on here as well. If we were to do a Google Hangouts live stream exclusive to patrons, what would you be willing to pay? Would you be willing to pay $5? Would you be willing to pay $10? Or would you be willing to pay $15 for a Google Hangouts exclusive live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say whatever that game was on PlayStation Now. That is the worst game I've ever played by far. Real dud.
Yeah, one of those. Mine would probably be one of those. I don't know. I played some terrible ones during Trophy Wars for sure. I can't remember them all. I blocked them out of my memory. But
See,
there
the
are some bad ones.
NCIS one was pretty terrible too.
I didn't play that. I thought about it, but I did not play
Not as bad as the other one though. Like I could
bad.
get through it.
The Snoopy game was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, and I was expecting it to be decent actually.
Yeah, it was
that was
pretty
bad.
bad.
The controls were
Bad,
for a
yeah.
platformer.
It was monotonous. It was so frustrating to go back and collect all those fucking beans.
2TX Puck, it is no longer exclamation point donate, it's actually exclamation point tip jar. We're trying to get into the habit of calling them tips because that's actually what they are. Aussie Geek Show says, question, is XSplit better than OBS Studio?
Yes.
In my opinion, yes.
Except for me right now, it is not.
Now, take that with the fact that we are partnered with XSplit. That doesn't change my opinion. I'm being honest with you. I've tried OBS. I tried OBS Studio. I like XSplit better.
I've tried them both as well, and I also like XSplit better. But you can trust us even though we're partnered with them, because I will tell you that I have little weird problems, like the one I'm currently having, pop up all the fucking time with XSplit, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
But, yeah, XSplit blows OBS away in my opinion.
And
The
to
game
lay
we're
off
talking about is Magus.
Magus.
Rick
That's
told
it.
me.
Yep. Or Magus. I can't remember how you say it, but yeah. And also to lay off gaming, I would really like to have a Level Up Network community team logo, but nobody has submitted one yet.
Yeah.
We talked about this privately, about the idea of allowing our team to use our logo, and we felt that we don't want to cause confusion on who's actually a streamer on the Level Up Network and who's a streamer on the Level Up Network Twitch team. So that's why we would like a separate logo for the Twitch team, and we're leaving that up to you guys. Submit it on our Twitter, submit it wherever you can. It doesn't matter. Just get that logo to us and make sure that it's not a copy of our current logo. Make something new and unique for the Level Up Network Twitch team. Submit it to us. We'll choose the best one, and we'll submit that out to you guys to use for your Twitch page to show that you're on our Twitch team.
Dustin asked me, who would win between a fight, a taco or a tuna fish sandwich?
It's a great question.
I'm going to go tuna fish because nobody really expects them. You know what I mean?
You tried real hard with that one.
That's what I feel. I really do. Tacos are in the mainstream, right? So the tuna fish are always kind of like left in the corner. Nobody really knows what they're up to. Maybe they're training the whole time.
So are we just
scrappy as hell? You don't know.
See, I thought we were asking like, what do you prefer, just taco or tuna
taco?
fish?
Don't be weird. Tacos are way better than fucking tuna fish. In a
Yeah.
fight.
I like
Tuna fish
tacos too.
probably
I would have to go with tacos.
Tacos.
What
That
is your
said,
favorite fast food restaurant?
That's a question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a question. It has a question mark at the end of it.
Favorite fast food restaurant. Now, this gets into some crazy territory.
Aussie Geek Show. You can join our Twitch team by going to the Google form that I'm going to provide you right now.
This gets into crazy territory. Because where do you draw the line at fast food? Like any place that has a drive-through or like
Yes.
Fridays?
Any place you
Types
can
of
go
places?
through that has a drive-through or that you can go in and get out within like 10 minutes.
Like curbside? Like you can order your food online? They go
No,
to
like not
curbside?
Olive Garden where you order it beforehand.
Right.
No, that's a restaurant.
Okay.
That's a sit-down restaurant. Like I was going to say, like, for instance, Pancheros doesn't have a drive-through, but I consider Pancheros to be fast food.
Sure, like Primo's.
Yeah, same with Subway. Subway doesn't have
Subway sucks.
has a drive-through, but it's I would consider Subway to be fast food because you just walk in there, you walk down the line.
Subway's
And,
fast food for
yeah.
sure. Primo's is so much better, and I would also consider it fast food. You're in it, but you have to call an order. Is the thing. But you walk in, you get your shit, and you go. It's like sub shop, in and out of there.
I've been real into Pancheros lately.
Never been.
It's really good.
Never heard
It's
of
kind
it.
of like
Never been.
Chipotle or Qdoba, but it's cheaper, but
Tell
still
you
good.
what, dude, I used to never go to Chipotle. Nick, yes, is the answer to your question if you're still watching. 100%.
What was his question?
You. He said, if I give $5, can I still get 5,000 XP? I said, yes. I will give you my XP since we gave it from the bank last time. Yes, you may. And you also get a prize wheel spin. Chipotle is up on my list. I used to be real resistant. I never wanted to go there. I don't really like Southwestern food. I don't really like Mexican food much. Mm-hmm. But, man, the burrito at Chipotle is not to be fucked with. It's pretty good. Pretty good burrito there. Favorite of all time, like, all around, like, good, everything they have, like nuggets, whatever, fries, burgers, sandwiches. I'd probably go with Wendy's.
I like Wendy's a lot.
Wendy's has, like, as far as fast food goes, like, if you're going to eat shit, they have, like, the highest quality, like, freshest tasting, like, fries. Their fries are, like, really good. Their chicken nuggets are the fucking bomb.
Yep.
And then their
And they're
burgers
good
are, like,
price, too. Are they
Yeah.
still $1 for 5 nuggets?
I haven't been there forever.
I always thought that was a really good price for them.
I haven't been there forever, but
Megan says, Level Up Show, what do you think about adding a Level Up t-shirt or a care package of some sort to the wheel? Would that initially be too much?
have we talked about this?
It would have to be a really, really low chance of happening because if we were to give out a t-shirt, that would cost us about $15.
I don't know. Me and Jen actually talked about this.
Did you?
Yeah, about like cool ideas we could do, and we talked about like putting together like.
I'm not against it. It just has to be
Prize
a low
tag.
chance. It has to be an even lower chance than a $10 PSN card because technically it would cost us more.
I think a prize pack is a good idea, but I don't think it's something we should have on the wheel.
Not a prize pack. I'd be open maybe to just a traditional Level Up Network t-shirt and that's it. Like our lowest cost Level Up Network t-shirt, men or women, whatever you choose. That costs, I think it will cost us like $15 to buy that and ship it to the person.
That's including shipping?
I think it might be a little bit more, but it would be around like the $15 to $18 range.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. We would probably have to talk about that, I guess.
Yeah. It would have to be a very low percentage chance, to be honest with you. We can't let that happen like every week where we're putting out $18, like sending out t-shirts. Because as we said, like as much as we want to give back to you guys, we also kind of want to be profiting and treating this like a business and trying to improve our channel.
Yeah, there's no like secrets about it. We obviously, want to make money as well.
We're not trying to dupe you guys.
Right. But that's not a good idea. I mean, that's not a good idea. That's not a bad idea. It's something we talked about before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen and I actually talked about what would be a good way, like maybe like a super high Patreon tier, like if
Yeah.
you support us like at this level, you get a little care package.
It's more
with,
likely
like,
on Patreon,
sticker
yeah.
and a shirt and a this and a that, whatever. Like a little
Yeah, maybe
care
like a
package.
$35 tier or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Depending on how much we included in the t-shirt
Right.
or the care package, it depends.
You would be surprised. It's really kind of fucked that like we really don't get any kind of deal on our own shirts. There's like a really small something, but you would
Yeah.
think that like
It's a couple bucks.
like okay, we'll send you guys like whatever, like 100 shirts for like signing up with us. You know what I mean? Or like you would think we'd have some that would give you some shirts of your own.
Yeah, that's not a bad
To
idea.
like
I don't.
have.
I wonder if we can do that through Spreadshirt. Megan came up with the idea. What about an iron-on logo? That would definitely be cheaper.
Like for them, like to get them. Yeah, that's
I'm not sure if we can. That'd be really cool if we could do that through
Probably pretty
Spreadshirt,
doable.
where we can just get the iron-on logo. We just got a new Patreon pledge.
look it out. Who's it?
I can't see what it says. I think it says Jonathan. So who's Jonathan?
Don't know.
Oh, it's Net Guy.
Oh, thank you, man.
Net
Thank you
Guy
so
just
much.
became a new patron.
Thank you
That's
very much.
amazing. That deserves a prize wheel and 5,000 XP.
Yeah, well, someone needs to clear this up. How the hell do I give him XP?
Okay, try !give space Net Guy 503. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And then try typing 5,000.
And there's no at before that
No,
guy?
just try that.
Are you sure?
Just try it. See what happens.
You did it.
I'm the man.
You are the man.
All right. So let's prize wheel. This will be the final one of the night, I'm sure, because we got to wrap up here. But Net Guy, come on down and spin the wheel of duplicity. What? I'm just thinking of words that end in TY.
I'm just gonna let it go, man.
Things
I'm
happen
just gonna let you
sometimes.
do it.
Things happen sometimes.
What's this big blue space?
Special Twitter shout outs.
Special Twitter
Dean,
shout out.
make it special.
All over it.
Make it snappy. We need to look that quote up.
I know.
Right now.
I know. We're talking.
Hold
about
on, guys. This show's not over yet. We got to look something up here. There's a quote from That Thing You Do. How am I going to find this? That thing you do, make it
What's our Twitter handle?
snappy?
Help me out.
Our Twitter handle is at the Level Up Network, LVL. Okay, I think I might have found it on IMDb. Thank you to the follow from Rivnik. Thank you, Rivnik, for the follow. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Grignac.
Grignac. Okay. Oh my God, where is it? I'm looking for... There's a lot of quotes here on IMDb, but I'm going to find it. Come on. Something else snappy. There's something snappy in there. What happened to the Oneaters? Oh my God, come on. This is the worst. I'm not going to find it. This is taking too long. Dead air. There it is!
Dead air.
Mr. White, I don't want any of this lover's lament stuff. I want something peppy, something happy, something up-tempo. I want something snappy.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then remember what he does?
Quit.
I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit, Mr. Right. It's a good movie. Check out That Thing You Do, guys. Oh,
good
man.
movie.
It is a good movie. It really is.
We need to watch more movies together.
Yeah.
We've seen like 2. We saw Zootopia together.
Revenant.
We saw Revenant together,
Yep.
and
That
we
might be
saw that Keanu Reeves movie.
Oh my God, what was that called? The one where he's avenging his dog's death. John Wick. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
John Wick is an awesome movie. Toe says, none for you, Gretchen Wieners. 2 for you, Glenn Coco. Good for you, Glenn Coco. And none for Gretchen Wieners.
Okay, Net Guy, your special Twitter shout out has been sent.
Read it off to me. I want to hear it.
Okay.
What you say?
I said, it's split it up real funny for some reason. Here we go. Big special thanks to our longtime supporter, NetGuy503, who's done so much for us. A loyal viewer and also a huge help in getting us set up on NeoGAF. Thank you so much for all your support and for genuinely being a good dude heart.
That's a very special. Twitter shout
Pretty
out.
good. I got pretty good at this.
Yeah, you are very good at this.
Thank you. I
From now on,
appreciate
this
that.
is your job.
I'm
you,
in.
you know, you just did that, right?
I got it. I'm in.
You can't be good at something and not expect to take it over.
I accept this huge responsibility. I accept.
D-Day says Keanu. No, Keanu was kind of
It was like a rip on
spoofed
that.
off of John Wick, where
Yeah.
they're avenging the cat instead. All right. I think that's going to be it for the show tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for so many tips, so many pledges.
Thank you really so much.
Really nice night. We got up to 90 viewers in the room.
We have not dipped below high 70s for the entire show.
Yeah,
And we
so
got all the way up
just
to the 90s.
a very, very strong show tonight.
Awesome show.
A lot of new people in the room. It was very nice having you all. As we've said multiple times tonight, we are the Level Up Show, a part of the Level Up Network, of course. We're on all week long with gaming talk shows and game streams. If you like the channel, if you like what we did tonight, hit that heart button at twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. We'll shout you out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live. Check out Patreon. NetGuy just became a pledge on Patreon. It's probably the best way to support our network. It's a monthly donation that you're doing to help support our growth, and you can get some rewards in return. So go to patreon.com/the Level Up Network if you would like to pledge. Otherwise, follow us on Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. We're very active there. Sub on YouTube, where we archive all of our shows and have exclusive YouTube shows as well, such as Power Up, It Only Does PlayStation, and the Lights Up Show, and Let's Plays go up on there too. Don't forget that. And then finally, if you just want to do like a singular tip and not like a monthly tip, you can just go to levelupnetwork.com/tipjar, as many people did tonight and got their wheel spins as a result. Any final words from you tonight, Dean?
Well, yeah, I guess. I just want to reiterate. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for all of the really, really nice comments and all of the tips and support and good conversation. And thank you guys for showing up every week, man.
Yeah.
Especially this. A two-person show could easily be a flop. But
Yeah.
this was a great show instead, and that's largely due to the chat. So thank you guys so much for all your support. It means a lot to us.
And real quick, shout out to NeoGaf, since I saw GFM post that in there. He now became a member of NeoGaf and so posted in our topic, trying to keep it active, which is amazing. Really appreciate that, Rick. Go to the NeoGaf topic that he posted. Try to become a member there, guys. If you haven't yet, it's a really great site to keep track of all of the latest information in the gaming industry, as well as talking with industry professionals on NeoGaf. It's a really cool site for that. And thank you to NetGuy, of course, for setting that up for us once again, as Dean said in his special Twitter shout out. And that is going to be it for us tonight, guys. We'll be on all week long with gaming talk shows and game streams. Until next time, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up.
Feed your cat.
And feed your cat.
These go up on Wednesdays, right?